Oh yeah.
Yeah, it got kicked in the shin because of the logos. Which I agree, man. With some of the people who are mad, it's like
that's something I've been talking about a long time. We'll get into that later, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless you want to talk about it now.
And then PlayStation having their show. That was yesterday, right? No, that was yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Man, I'm forgetting. I'm off of my days here.
Yes,
I mean we could talk about the logo thing first.
No,
because it was last
let's talk
week,
about on a tangent here. Sports.
Oh,
yes.
God, you want
go Knicks, go! I gotta say, listen,
I want the Knicks to win. I do want the Knicks to win.
I want the Knicks to win too. Now.
Yeah, I'm a Mavs fan, so I am rooting against the Spurs. And you're a Rockets fan. You don't want the Spurs to win either.
Okay, so great. Okay, as the native New Yorker, allow me to say I've never been a Knicks fan. I always, when they were going against the Bulls in the '90s and all of that. But I was supporting the Bulls because Michael Jordan, right? Mm-hmm. But I do recognize as a New York fan, they haven't won since '74.
I didn't.
Have you ever seen Crooklyn?
Yeah, that's longer drought than the Cowboys, folks.
53 years, bro. If you've ever seen the movie Crooklyn by Spike Lee, it's semi-autobiographical because if you remember, the oldest brother, throughout the movie, he's watching the Knicks every game. Mm-hmm. It takes place in '73 and into '74. That's when they won. But remember, at the end of the movie, the mother, spoiler alert from a movie from the '90s, all right? The mother dies and he doesn't get to watch the championship game because he was at the funeral. That's what happened to Spike Lee. Mm-hmm. So all these years, you see him rooting for the Knicks like they're hoping they're going to win the championship, and they never do. That's part of the reason why.
I like Jalen. I mean, Brunson used to be a Mav. We let him go for nothing, which kind of ticks me off. But
but
our franchise is good. Our franchise is good at giving up superstars for nothing. So I mean, that's
was he a superstar at the time? He was.
No, he was. No one expected him to be like this. Nobody did. He would have been a solid number 2. Good Robin.
Shout out to Brown. Brown, the coach, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
they addressed the issues from last year when they were all cramped out and stuff. Now they have a deep what do you call it?
I mean, and the NBA is a lot like the NFL, like especially when it comes to
Knicks.
Well, I mean, when it comes to like quarterbacks and franchise players, right? No one wants to get the 6'1" little guard and be their franchise player, right? Yeah, they want the bigger dude, right? Same thing with quarterbacks. They don't want no Drew Brees 5'10" on stilts being their franchise quarterback. That's why he was a Saint and not anywhere else, And so I'm rooting for Brunson because I mean he's a cool dude. I mean it's hard to root against him, and I'm a Mavs fan. I can't.
And the story, you want to see them win, that's it, it's a feel good.
Yeah, I mean, I like Spike Lee movies, so to see him win and see, he getting older, to see them finally break, because this is not a dynasty. Let's be honest. If the Knicks want to win one, do it now, because you ain't winning the next year. Probably not.
Contention, I think next year.
Right, but this year everything aligned up. It's like my Rangers 2 years ago. Everything aligned up perfectly for them. Boston had issues. I'm not
100% with that, but I'm also not against it because every year they've gotten better and better for years. I've been saying this for years. Eventually, they're going to get there, right? I've been saying this for the past couple of years. So I'm not that basketball fan or a Knicks fan like that, but I am from New York and I see what's up.
Right.
And it's not, I'm not trying to be on a bandwagon. That's why I'm open about,
I don't think this is like a 3-4 year reign window. Like Spurs, like the Spurs is going to be around because they have Wemby. I mean, let's be honest, they are going to. OKC is going to be around because he's
going to snap a leg one of these days. He's just too.
Yeah, I'm amazed that he hasn't had injuries at that height, but we'll see. But I can't. I did root. I will say this: I did root for the Spurs against OKC because I can't stand the way they play.
And I can't stand OKC just in general. And
see, I cannot stand the flopping, dude.
Put it in their face. You know what I'm saying? You know who I mean? That's the my homie.
I can't stand the flopping of OKC. It was like, look, I understand a little bit, but like every time I was watching that, I'm like. Every time they touch the ball, they're falling down, and I'm like, "Good God, man, this is so bad."
It was like that.
So I had to root for the Spurs, but wow, you guys.
No, what I was trying to get at wasn't about the finals. I mean, go Knicks. I mean, even though I'm not a Knicks fan,
I know where you're going.
I'm not watching the finals at all. I mean, it makes no difference to me, but I do want the Knicks to win, right?
Yes. And I don't root for New York teams very often.
And I did find it funny what Charles Barkley was saying. It's like, the churros, I can see why the ladies over there in San Antonio.
Yeah, dude. I've watched like videos of that. Like they have like all the time. Just hearing Shaq go off and laughing every time he does it is like worth the.
Like, it's hilarious. It is.
It's hilarious. Still the best show on TV. Even though I don't think ESPN does them justice. But
so yes, Mavericks.
I know where he's going. He's going more local here. I know where he's going
more local because this is big news right here locally, right?
It's stupid as hell.
Even though I'm not a Mavs fan, I am a Stars fan, but I think both moving away from the AAC is like awful, right?
And for those that are not in the AAC, have not been. I worked at the AAC when they Mavericks won the championship. It's only 25 years old. It still looks pretty new for its age. Yes. The Victory Plaza is not bad at all. Like people are like, well, I don't want to go through the rampant, homeless people and crime ridden. I'm like, dude, that's not Victory Plaza at all.
No.
Like it's like got condos, everything else. I don't know what's going to happen to it now that the two teams are gone, but. It's just stupid, man, and I know why they're doing it, and because they're people are like, well, it's obsolete. No, it's not. That's not why they're doing it.
It is not.
It's because they want to own the properties around it, and they can't own the ACC or AAC because Dallas owns it, and they want Texas Live. If you've been to the Rangers area, they want Texas Live. They want the hotel, the convention center, all that around.
But you know what? I don't even like Texas Live.
Right? I don't need. You know why? I don't like the prices of it. It's
corporate,
expensive.
Overpriced food and drinks.
Yes.
That's why.
You know how much I paid for parking? I paid $48.
You go to the Texas Live.
WWE. That's a lot of these events now. That's super expensive.
I hate that. Yeah. And I hate that. I'd rather be like in downtown and let individual bars open up that are,
I will say this though. Even though I said nice about Victory Plaza, Dallas downtown as a whole sucks ass as a downtown area. It does. Fort Worth
for entertainment, yes.
Yes, it sucks ass.
Yes,
like it does. There's nothing there, and you're not going to go to South Dallas near the Cotton Bowl because then you're getting into the really old part of town.
Yeah.
But I understand why they're moving north because that's where the money is. If you're in Addison, you're in Frisco, and you're closer to them, you're going to get them. I just think, man, if you're Fort Worth and me and Arlington West, dude, I ain't going down. Dude, I hate going on 635 when I used to work on 635. I am not going down 635 with 20,000.
I'm on it all the time. I'm like, man, what is wrong with 635? Everybody's all pissed off at 635.
Always. When I first worked at Amazon, I worked over there near the Galleria, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would purposefully ask them, hey, can I start my shift at 6 and get off at like 2 or 3 just so I could avoid rush hour for 6:35? It's that bad.
Yeah.
And now you're adding 20,000 or 20,000 seat arena in there.
And that's not only that,
and there's no rail. I imagine they're going to build a rail. They have no choice. They're going to have to build a rail. I don't know how.
Dude, they're going to charge $50 parking bullshit,
in a parking garage because there's not. I mean, 104 acres. They're like that's a lot of, but it really isn't that much space.
It's not that big. I've been there. I actually been on the site itself.
I used to work at Valley View when I was a teenager, man, catching shoplifters.
Well, I never got a chance to go to it, even though I lived close to it. I never got because it's just like I never had any business being there, right? But now that I've kind of gotten into urban Xing, all that stuff, exploring abandoned places, I actually went in the lot. It's all like flat. You can see some remnants of the mall, like the tiles.
They bulldozed most of it. Yeah,
it's all gone.
And then so that was 2 days ago, or no, that was I think all of it was the same day. And then what's even worse is the Stars is even worse.
Yeah, and so
because now your Stars is like going to like is it like a shopping center? What is that area in Plano they're going to?
It's a mall. Pretty much. They just call
it
a
mall.
It's a mall. So they're just
So
gonna,
it's
they're gonna bulldoze.
they're building. They're gonna hold up into a mall in Plano.
They're gonna bulldoze it down. I mean, there's nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing there. Like I work next to it. I go in there to take walks after my lunch.
Yeah.
And every
I mean, most malls down here are becoming like that. Like Richmar Mall over here in Fort Worth is like a dude. That's like old people walking.
No, that's pretty much what Willow Bin Shops is right now. It's just a walkable place for older people that just wants to get some AC time and just to walk. Right.
I look at it this way.
There are some shops in. I don't know how they're staying open. Right.
I don't know yet. I look at it this way. Fort Worth just about a week or two ago was announced. It now is the 10th largest city. It passed Jacksonville. It's now the 10th largest city in the United States.
Wow.
Look, if everybody wants to move out of Dallas like they are, maybe Fort Worth, you need to start doing a professional sports. I know you already got Texas Motor Speedway, so you're already doing NASCAR and racing.
Team, professional.
Yeah, maybe it's time to start.
Who should join in on this conversation? Freaking Realist. What's up, Realist?
Hey, Realist. He's just listening.
He's just listening.
He always does
but
that.
Look, check this, Karen. Where they're building, so they're going to build a new state arena over where Valley View Mall's at.
Right.
Just one more street over, they're building an HEB.
The HEB, I saw that. Like they're building a giant
now
HEB.
Imagine the traffic that's there now, plus game day traffic, plus HEB traffic. It's going to be hell down
so
there.
Is 635 4 lanes right now? Is it currently 4 lanes?
It's like 5 each way or something like that.
It's
5. It's big.
So sick. I'm not kidding, dude. I used to drive it every day 6 years ago, and it was bad. So I can only imagine what it is now. There's a toll road. There's a toll highway that goes directly to North Dallas, or goes through North Dallas through downtown. There's a toll highway there that is not really good either, and so you got a 10-lane highway, 5 going each way, and that thing is packed until like 11 or 12 o'clock at night, dude. Wow. After rush hour,
like you have the option of a $20 tollway, which gets
and the tolls are expensive.
Expensive.
Man, it sucks. Yeah. And like I saw, like RJ Choppy had a tweet, "Oh, this is great," and he was just getting ratio, dude. They were like, "This sucks, dude. It's absolutely."
So the new Mavs arena is gonna be close to where I live. It's not even that far, right?
Yeah, and it's all surrounded by neighborhoods, man. It's like,
but
it reminds me of what they did with Inglewood with the like. It's just surrounded by neighborhoods.
Yes,
That's gonna suck.
And so not only that, the one for the Stars up in Plano, like I said, I can walk to the mall. I've done it. That's how close my job is to that mall. And so it's gonna suck.
That's probably gonna be. What do you think that's gonna be? Like a 15,000, if that. It's gonna be smaller.
Yeah. I wonder if my building.
I'm hoping all hope that this is like a posture move for Dallas to step up and keep the Mavs, but I don't think it's going to happen. So
no.
I just don't like the locale. Like I don't want to drive
in 20 years time. They're going to be like, we're bored of. You know what? We're going to go back to downtown Dallas because that's where our heart is, downtown. You know.
So you want to hear something funny? Like the oldest pro sports arena now, after they close AAC, is going to be Jerry World. It's going to be the oldest in DFW.
And what are they going to say? It's out of date.
And watch, Jerry is going to be like, I need a $4 billion.
Yeah.
And Arlington, we'll pay it.
Wow. You really think so? It'll be like that?
No, it's just a competition of who has the best arena this year, right? Or whenever it opens.
Well, so
it's competition of rich motherfuckers.
Are you in Addison, Tech?
No, I'm in Irving.
Okay, so I'm gonna say we haven't even got to the point of what taxes they're gonna raise, because they're gonna ask the city to subsidize that thing, and it's gonna be a $2 billion arena. Because everything's going to be state of the art. The Adelsons, even though they could afford it, they're not going to pay for that thing, not the whole thing.
Which I think they should.
Well, I think
if they really want to move that bad, they have to pay for that shit.
I mean, these franchises are now worth several billions of dollars, man. I don't think we should be subsidizing any
they should
kind of
They should buy their building and deal with the building.
Same way with data centers. I don't think we should be subsidizing data centers. These companies have more money and more resources than ever before, but that's a whole different conversation for another day.
And it's funny that I mapped out the closest train station, which is the new Silver Line that we had.
I saw it.
It's like, it's only an hour and a half walk compared to the 4 minute that sucks.
I can remember that October opening day for the Mavs. It'll still be about 90 degrees. Go for an hour and a half walk to the light rail.
Station. Yeah.
Yikes.
Never mind all the crossings. I got to wait and take another 30 minutes each.
Cuban likes it because, it's still technically in Dallas.
Oh, God. Yes.
Yeah, only because you live in Millionaires Row, like probably 5 miles away from there.
Yeah, it's awful. But no, it's like all these owners are trying to leapfrog each one of them. Like every year is gonna be like, oh. I mean, how many stadium
football? Rich, they have more money they could spend before they die, even if they try.
Last 10 years, man.
Yeah, they gotta compete somehow.
Well, that's the reason why the Cowboys can't get it. Well, that and the ice storm, but that's the reason why the Cowboys can't get another Super Bowl in DFW is because they open up a brand new $1 billion facility every year, and the Super Bowl's going to those new stadiums, right?
Yeah, wow. It's just it's like with the Astros with Daikin Park, the thing opened up in 2001 or so, or 2000. It's 20 something years old at this point, right?
I would be more. Let me just say this. I would be more worried if I was a Stars fan than I am as a Mavs fan. I don't think it's going to hurt the Mavs as much, but go look at what happens when NHL stadiums build out in the burbs, so to speak. It doesn't work out well for them. It didn't. It folded their franchise out in Phoenix. I think Georgia, I think they had it. I don't think they had it in downtown in Atlanta, and that franchise folded. Like, I don't know. Moving the NHL away from the city is a good idea. Like, NBA, you might be able to get away with it because I know, there are arenas like the new Clippers is in Inglewood. So, I mean, that seems to be doing
Aren't
okay.
Aren't they making new expansion teams? So, like, the Supersonics are coming back, basically, and stuff. And
that's going to be in Seattle, though. But that will be in Seattle, though, because that new arena.
Right. But my point is, that's the obvious example, but it's not the only team, right? Of course, they're going to use this to bring back the Supersonics, but there's going to be other teams that
Seattle got robbed, man. That OKC
when they lost in
the
first place.
Yeah.
But my point being, though, they're supposed to make expansion teams. So yes, they'll bring back the Supersonics as a part of that, but there'll also be other new teams in places that either didn't have them before or something like that. No? Oh, really? Okay. What's up, bro? You got your mic.
I heard y'all earlier, but I was in a little mommy dad parent meeting for softball. So look.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
The problem.
That's fair, Snark. They did move to Winnipeg, but there's a reason why they moved to Winnipeg out of Atlanta. They weren't making that. People weren't going to the games. So.
Yeah, but see that's why the
Thank
problem
you for correcting me,
with the expansion. That's why they're talking about expanding to European teams. They're trying to merge with FIBA teams because there's really not a lot of markets to support a team. You got Vegas and Seattle. I mean, where else you going to put a team? Pretty much everywhere that they can. I mean, Memphis has been in trouble since they brought it there, but Memphis was from Vancouver.
Yeah.
So Right. Toronto has been able to support their team, but there aren't many places they can bring one here, like in the States. Seattle sounds obvious because there's a lot of money there. Like you have the biggest corporations there, but
there's a history
who have the money
too.
Are they buying the tickets? The history is in OKC now. So if you bring a team back, it's like are they gonna be in the same situation again? It's like Houston. We lost our team.
True.
But it's just that the Adams family couldn't put it together for an extended period of time.
I'm amazed OKC is working out. I'm going to tell you right. It's great that they're winning because I'm not.
Okay, now you said it's great.
If they were losing, if they were a losing franchise, if they start losing, that place is going to be a ghost town, dude.
Okay, pause. Okay,
I don't know.
No, I just want to ask a question because I just want to verify what I thought he said because I'm not even following the conversation. Did you say you don't think OKC's working out or something to that effect?
No, I said I'm amazed how well OKC is working out.
Okay.
It sounded like you said
no,
you don't think it's working out.
Oh, I'm not bugging.
No. It is working out because they're working. It's working out because they got probably one of the best GMs in sports who has set that franchise up.
They probably have either the first or second best GM. He came from San Antonio.
Yes.
Indeed.
But if that franchise was run like a Charlotte, I don't see that stadium getting even close to filling up.
And that's why Charlotte can't support a team. It's like people wonder why I'm a Spurs fan, because when I was in North Carolina, I got to watch all the North Carolina college teams, and I love Tim Duncan. And nobody cared about the Hornets there.
Nope.
If LaMelo Ball wasn't there, they would probably be not selling.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's a franchise. It's got to win to be high in the attendance because.
Well, I mean, most teams have to.
Well, I mean, even the Knicks though. The Knicks are a draw. The Lakers are a draw.
The Knicks don't have to. The Knicks don't have to.
The Lakers really don't either.
New York, no.
Yeah,
and the Knicks haven't in 53 years.
and Dallas and the running joke with Dallas, even when they were losing, is Cuban go. Cuban would be like, well, yeah, the Cowboys definitely they don't have to win. We know that. But even the Mavericks used to be a running joke when Cuban went, we got thousands sellout crowds, and there'd be like 20 and 40 or 20 and 50 for the record. It's like, come on, man.
How many sellouts they've had when they don't do
sell out,
shit.
you're losing, dude. Come on, man. It's like it's only sold out because you had some corporate buy out the remaining seats at the last minute. Shut up, man.
God,
real quick though. I don't want to have a whole long conversation about it. I mean, I do, but not here.
Right.
So, how do y'all feel about them trying to, overseas? Like, y'all think that's a good idea?
I didn't know that.
On the sport. It depends on the sport.
Well, NFL's trying too.
I don't think it worked well with it.
The late 80s, early 90s.
I don't think it will work well with the NFL. I think the NBA's got a better shot of it being sustainable. The NFL, that's tough though. You're talking about teams NBA's going across for
now, these days.
Right, and even the logistics of it, like it's tough to play a game 8 hours, 8-10 hours away, all the logistics of moving that. Yeah. I can't see that.
They just bring the Concorde back. I mean, I know Sick knows. Y'all probably
I know the Concorde. No, I know the Concorde. In fact, they got another. I thought they were making a newer one. Like
my son they're making a new one. They're not bringing back.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna make something like a Concorde, but it won't be.
They're working on
them trying. It won't be them trying to make a freaking airline out of it because it's too expensive to fly.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they actually tried to make the Concorde a theme.
Yeah.
I just think if they try to do let's say they try to do if they were going to expand internationally, the NFL, I would probably look at Mexico City before I would look at London. That's just
they've already done that. You ever notice? Like they
have games there. They have games there. Right.
What they do when they try to bring the games to other countries, they're basically just what do you call it? Like a litmus test, whatever.
Yeah.
Like just
litmus
trying to see what the response will be. They've done Germany.
Yeah,
Mexico City was one of the first ones.
Frankfurt, Mexico City.
Wrestling,
but didn't they just do? Didn't they just do Wembley?
Yeah, and I thought they were talking about maybe doing one even lower, like near Brazil. I thought there was talk about doing one in Brazil.
I don't think so. I don't think they can support a team though, unless it's like the country's team.
I don't know, man. I don't even know. The NFL is just. I don't see the draw on it international as I do with other sports. Right.
Well, it's just like the NBA, right? Once other countries started playing, that's when the popularity became like worldwide. So now, I don't know if y'all saw, there's this African dude who never played a down. He got drafted.
Yeah, I saw that. He's built like a freaking tank.
Yeah, but he came through their developmental program, like Michael Strahan.
He's like Obafemi sick. This dude comes out of nowhere.
Oh, okay. I understand the context.
Giant dude. I know what he's talking about.
Obafemi was an athlete though in school.
He was a shot putter, right? He was a shot putter, but this guy's the guy that Realist is bringing up. The guy
from a different country doesn't really matter, but yeah, I see what
right. But the guy that Realist is bringing up is a totally different dude from Africa, but his measurables, his athletic measurables, are off the chart.
Really, he's that much of an athlete. Anything
he tries, dude, he's a badass athlete, dude. I mean, he doesn't know a lick of football.
But the point that I'm making is the dude came from Africa, right?
Yep.
Like Michael Strahan came from Germany, Osi Umenyiora, London.
Like he did.
Like all these guys. Like the game is growing when you start bringing other people's products. I guess people or the product of those countries. That country starts to get invested in it. But like I haven't seen any game that they've taken international sell
I mean, I think it's different when it's one game versus a one team.
Basketball with Yao Ming, that helped. I mean,
well, the other thing
I don't. Anyway, they do the reason sports like the Russians did.
The reason why I think the NBA's got a better crack at it is because the problem with the NFL is that you don't have celebrity in the NFL except for like 2 or 3 players, where in the NBA, and a lot of it has to do because you're wearing a helmet. You're not, unless you're Tom Brady or, Peyton Manning or one of these quarterbacks, you don't really have a lot of celebrity. But in the NBA, almost every superstar in some way or frame has celebrity. And I think that makes a difference. I think plus the infrastructure of the NBA was set 25 years ago. They got clubs already. Leagues already. It's going to take a long time for the NFL. Tried NFL Europe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the early 90s.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
But that was a developmental. That was a developmental league, though.
It was. Well,
no, it was.
I guess so, but now it became a joke. Like I remember in the early YouTube era when they would replay those videos with the football linebacker commercials. You remember the one where it was that one white player where he messed up a couple times at being an office linebacker, and he sent him to the
talking
European
about Terry.
League? Yeah,
talking about Terry.
Yeah, Terry Tate, the office linebacker, right? So, and the joke hit for me because I'm like, yeah, whatever happens to European leagues, that's really like the D leagues. When you fuck up, that's where they send you now.
I don't know if the talent pool is big enough in Europe for NFL.
Okay, just think about it. Look at the Canadian Football League. It's been going on years too. The thing about the NFL Europe, it was a developmental league, and so look at the G League. Have you ever seen G League stands?
Yes.
It's like
never.
And then
never.
and then now it looks like a high school game.
Yeah.
And
the
then now
CFL is where you go when you can't make the league, though.
And then now you have the
It's true.
the college players getting paid now, so they don't even the G League is not of no effect.
Buns.
So
buns,
right?
It's buns.
Buns?
Well, I guess it's buns. I wouldn't call it buns because you had guys like Scoot Henderson coming in. LaMelo Ball was talking about going in there. Zion was talking about going there, but they decided to go to college. LaMelo didn't. But like
just when I thought I was going to use your word accurately.
What? Well, no, I mean, okay, the overall talent pool is buns. But what I'm saying is they were building on something until college started paying players.
True. Right.
Because it was a true developmental league, right? Because the dude Jalen Green went number 2 overall. Scoot Henderson, I think he went 2 or 3 overall in the draft. Those dudes went through G League, so it was working until I'm gonna make $1 million in college.
Yeah, although I think that's going to get regulated very soon.
They may want to, but who's going to fight it? You and I have already gone through the list of schools, and every last one of those schools we looked up are going to make sure that it doesn't happen.
No,
the problem with the NCAA
is Congress is
God damn it, man! The problem with the NCAA was already too much regulation. Because I can't say nothing.
No, because you're going in a different direction than what I was meaning. No, the conversation we had.
Didn't tell me that.
The conversation we had was something totally different. They just had a hearing. They just had Saban out in Congress today. There's probably going to be legislation to limit. Well, I don't. First of all, Saban crying about NIL's rich because I don't want to hear it, man. Alabama's been paying players longer than NIL has, but there's a lot more people, a lot more coaches starting to come out and saying $20-30 million a year is unsustainable.
Wow. 2030.
And there might be a point to that. So I'm expecting Congress to might actually start stepping in on it. We'll see. I could be totally wrong, and it could be rampant. I mean, you're right. The history would say they haven't done it before, so let it go wild again.
My thing is if you have schools like your school, Texas, hell, I didn't even know until we looked it up how many billionaires were in Indiana. You know what I mean? So when you and then you look at the girl that's pitching tonight, $1 million, right? Texas Tech. Texas Tech got some dude who got a little oil company who's just shelling out money down there. So like when you got these players, they're like, hey, no, watch out.
And have y'all been to Lubbock?
We did it your way. Yeah, Lubbock is like, what do you call them? Tumbleweeds.
It's cow manure. As soon as you get off the airport, you smell cow manure.
But for as long as the NCAA was around, I think that probably.
Yeah, they got an airport. I actually flew out there. Not big. Not much out there, man. And I've been on Texas Tech campus. It's nice, but not much out there.
It's kind of empty, huh? Quiet.
It's the middle of the panhandle, man.
Ain't less realist.
It must have.
He got mad at me.
Oh, there you go.
I ain't talking to you.
No, I thought he was still. I thought he stopped being mad. I'm just happy it wasn't me.
No, look. When y'all start stepping on me, I say, you know what?
He backs off. Yeah.
I'm gonna let him have it because I don't want to.
That's my fault.
Fighting for airtime.
Don't push me.
I mean,
I'm close to the.
I just don't think they're gonna be able to do anything about it. I think that dudes that had big aspirations like Dion, they're gonna have to go somewhere else, and then Dion probably squandered his chance to go somewhere. Now he looks like he can't coach. You know what I mean?
Well,
like Florida State's got big money. Miami's got crazy money.
That's crazy.
Dion's problem is like any other coach. When you don't have the players, you don't win. Go figure. He doesn't have the players.
Is that how it works?
Well, yeah,
that's how it works.
I never understood that in college. It's like they like to overlook how Saban was trash in the NFL, how Petrino was trash in the NFL, but then you had Jimmy Johnson, right? That's his name, Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. Come right out of Miami winning Super Bowls. I think Barry Switzer came from Oklahoma, but he followed up Jimmy Johnson.
That was Jimmy Johnson's team, yeah.
So it's like you need the players. I mean, we argued about Kiffin.
The reason why Saban and Coach K left was because they knew they weren't going to be able to stack teams like they had.
Man, you crazy, bro. Duke ain't missed a beat.
I said Coach K though. Look, just because a younger guy knows how to work the system better than Coach K did, doesn't mean that Coach K was.
But Coach K never missed out on the guys. Every year they got 2 top 5 guys going to Duke and lose.
You ever listen to Coach K after he retired? He said the exact same thing. You arguing with me, and he said the exact same thing, that he wanted to get out because he didn't like the recruiting process anymore.
Well, I never heard him say that.
It's one and done.
I never heard him say it, but I heard Saban cry. I know that Saban's still crying.
Yeah, no one cares about.
You know what I mean? Like Alabama wasn't paying these dudes, man. They just never got caught.
Yeah.
But Alabama, you don't dominate that way just because. What are you saying is so much better than anybody else saying to make them want to come to freaking Tuscaloosa?
Dude, no one goes to Alabama unless there's incentive to go to Alabama. There ain't no.
I ain't never heard no kid say, man,
down there in Alabama.
My son's been asking me to leave the state. Let's just go anywhere. He ain't say nothing about no freaking Alabama.
What did that LSU coach say? He goes, the only difference now is you give the money through the front door, not the back door.
That's true.
Wow.
That's what he said.
Double entendre. Now that's a double entendre.
That's what he said.
Double entendre.
He said it was what's his name? What's his name? Realistic one that he's working there again. The one they fired. The one that won the national. What's his name? I keep forgetting.
Orgeron?
What?
Orgeron?
Yeah, Orgeron. Yeah, he's now working for him again as you had Orgeron
advisor.
Had the dude, he's working advisor.
Brian something, I think he came from Notre Dame.
Yeah, he drafted the quarterback. They won that national championship, and then they were asking him, and they were like, he said the only difference now is you just pay him up front in the front door and not the back door. He just came out and said it.
Was it Brian Kelly or was it Ed Orgeron?
It was Ed Orgeron.
Yeah,
because that dude. I mean, that dude. He'll say anything. He's probably drunk half the time, but he'll say anything. I mean, he don't care, which I appreciate.
Man.
Anyways, we wasted too much time on this. So yeah, DFW Sports is gonna suck.
Well, did you expect anything better? No, to be honest, the way y'all talk all the time.
No, I mean it's not gonna suck because of wins and losses. I mean, even though right now it sucks because of wins and losses,
it's gonna suck.
It's the locations are gonna suck, dude. There's just like there's no incentive for anybody,
no,
unless you live close by to go to those places, dude.
Oh, that sucks.
Because I mean, I don't know if you saw the tweet. The train station is right across the street from the current place.
I could take a light rail from downtown Fort Worth, get there in 35 minutes, and go back.
Locations, there's no.
Now you're gonna have to do like 2 or 3 different hops to get there. It's stupid.
It's awful. It's terrible.
That sounds stupid. That does sound stupid. Jeez.
All right,
and we're talking about a metro area of 9 million people that we're going through, so it's like whatever.
All right, so we missed out 2 weeks of things. Mainly was Xbox. Well, I guess it's more recent. They released a new. Is it OLED?
Is this
Asus did, but they've announced it. It's coming out later this year.
The X20.
So it's like a 20th anniversary for ROG OLED update of the Xbox Ally X. So much like the Ally X was to original Xbox or the original ROG Ally, it's like that to the Xbox Ally X, but with OLED. Same chip, same RAM. None of that's any different. The cooling is supposed to be slightly different and better because of the OLED screen that will produce a little more heat. So they did some other tweaks here and there. It looks real cool. I kind of feel like I want to buy it, but then I see the other stuff from Intel we'll talk about in a second, I guess. So that's the other reason I won't.
So what's the deal with the glasses? You know anything about that?
So the glasses are Asus.
They're readers.
They're it's 240 hertz. It's like those glasses that you've seen that Realist has a couple pairs of glasses like those,
they're
right?
Real cool readers.
But they're like the real high end ones. I think they're HDR. They're 240 hertz. They have a dock that you plug in that you could use.
Same thing that Sony tried doing with the glasses with the TV that didn't work out. Is this like that?
It's like the AR
no, because these glasses are like those AR glasses that they already had that are out there by multiple brands. I'm saying
okay, all right. So we're not okay.
Right.
All right.
And so they're packing in the handheld with these glasses, and currently that's the only way to get the handheld. So people are thinking the guesstimation is $2,000.
But remember, like the Xbox One with the Kinect, you can't you can't separate them.
But you can't separate them. But also, don't forget the LG Legion 2, the OLED one. Remember how much that was even before Apocalypse really jumped up the price, and in recent time, I think it jumped up to like close to 2,000 or some shit. I forget exactly, but it jumped in price again because a lot of these handhelds did, like the Steam.
Is that more see-through on the shell?
It's more see-through. Yes, it is. It's
translucent.
I don't know if I
it's translucent, not transparent. You can't see all the way through.
I do like the Xbox button better though. I'll
it glows. You can turn the D-pad into like a different mode, so it's better for fighting games.
Yeah.
The buttons are quieter, stuff like that. They did a bunch of little things, much like the Xbox, much like the Ally X did to the original ROG Ally, right? Where they fixed a lot of little things all over the place and made it overall a better device.
Yeah,
they've done it with this, but it's 20th anniversary for Asus and ROG.
Oh, is that what they're
packing in with these glasses? Yeah, and they're packing in with these glasses.
I need is readers. I don't need that.
Yeah, so this whole thing, like, plus with the RAM Apocalypse, I think that's the real reason they're doing this. Yeah, and I think the real reason they're doing all this is because of the impact of the RAM Apocalypse. You just look at the Lenovo that also has the OLED, right? I dare say this must be the same or similar screen.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you think it's going to cost? What do you think?
Like if it wasn't for the glasses, I would say whatever the Legion is,
1,500
minus maybe 100. Right.
So you think 14?
Whatever the Legion is right now. No, because these
what
new
is
Intel
right now?
Like 1,500. They're saying. Right, I don't know what the Legion is right now. I think it's closer to 2. Hold on, let me look. I'm gonna ask the AI.
I think this thing is going to be closer to 2 than 1,500.
Legion.
Well, I'm not buying it.
I'm not either. I'm not.
I'm not either. I'm not either. But I'm looking at these other Intel ones. It's between 1500 to 1800, depending on configuration and retailer.
I don't like the translucent.
But it came out at like 1200, I think. So yeah, it's crazy high now. Oh, but there's a crazy high expensive model with 32 gigs and 1 terabyte. That's the 3,000, but that's releaseville.com. So
it is not selling. Go figure.
I'm happy with what I got right now.
Right. So now there's these Intel chip, the Intel Arc or the Intel G3. Right, there's the G3 and the G3 Extreme. So Intel is back really competitive now.
We're back,
at least in this mobile area, right? At least in this mobile area. Later this holiday, we'll see about the desktop area, which they're going to be competitive there again too, by the way. But that's for later. Right now, they're more mobile. They've had Lunar Lake last year in the laptop area. So that's where you have the MSI Claw that's currently out right now, which is a very great handheld, right? A lot of people have that handheld, and a lot of people are saying, who gives a fuck about the Xbox Ally X? Get this one. And that one has a 1200p screen.
But I don't
it's
want
an 8-inch screen, shit like that. You know, I agree, but I mean, you can't sit here and say that's not a great handheld because it truly is. And it has XeSS, which is better than FSR.
I'm not gonna say that.
Not as good as DLSS, but it is what it is. So now they have this newer chip now, the G3 and the G3 Extreme, even better, very comparable to the Z2 Extreme at lower TDP, and it has, you know, hardware acceleration, like, you know, for upscaling, unlike FSR, which is all software, unless you have RDNA 4, and none of these handhelds have that. So yeah, I'm gonna be smart as fuck, bro, about it. And shout out to homie in the chat too. I know that's what you really mean, but so
yeah,
Intel is really out here. Yeah, Snark and Google is back. All right, cool. But like, Intel is really competitive with AMD in this arena, which is great to see. You know, more competition always makes for better products. So a lot of people are considering that the new MSI Claw,
price,
the new Acer, right? There's like one other or two other brand. There's a 1X player, right? Those handhelds are all looking to be $1,500 as well, or like this is the guesstimation from all the talking heads, right? We really don't know yet because nobody has said pricing, right? So the handheld PC arena is heating up again because of Computex, and they showed a lot of stuff over there. NVIDIA just finally showed off that mobile ARM chip that they've been talking about for ages, right? But with the whole AI boom and stuff, that's the focus. Even though NVIDIA and Microsoft have put in the work now, so ARM on Windows is a platform now, much like, you know, Apple did, right? And they've moved on to ARM completely. Well, ARM for Windows is up to snuff now. They even ported all that online protection that blocks out a lot of the games for playing on Steam on Linux, on Steam OS. What do they call those? All the anti-cheat stuff. The anti-cheat stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they ported that to Windows on ARM. So, and you know, they already have the translation layer. If you don't have a native ARM version of stuff, it'll work on this hardware now. Qualcomm loves to see that, which they publicly said. So there's a lot of this handheld PC stuff that's going into the next line of evolution.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Sig? Do you consider this next gen? Because I do.
The Intel one, yes. The OLED, no. That's more like the Xbox. I'm sorry, the Ally X version. It's like the 1.5 iteration of what you two have, right?
No, I guess I guess the reason why I
could, that's version 2, definitely, or version.
I guess the reason why I do consider Ally X as kind of next gen is because you can go on more than one library with it.
But you always could from the original Ally, even the one I have, right?
That's a fair. No, that's a good point too. That's a good point too.
So, yeah. But I mean, in terms of hardware, the Intel is this Asus one. Not it's just the OLED variation, right? That people asked for when they kept saying why they use the same screen for the third time, right? Even though what's his name is using the same screen as well. The MSI is looking like it's the same screen again. They changed the body a little bit, but it's that same LCD they've been using, I think, for the third time as well, right? But what is the complaint about that? Nowhere.
So I'm curious. I'm curious because one thing that did happen last week, and we never had a show on it yet, was Steam's massive increase.
That's the other thing I was just about to jump into. Yeah.
Right. So the question becomes, because I don't. Here's the thing. the companies are going to sell what makes a good profit for them, right? They're going to sell it higher than what it costs. But this is the reason why I have a problem when I had a problem with the tariffs, right? Because if you know how capitalism works and you know how companies work, if a company decides they're going to raise the floor, other companies are going to see that and use that as justification to raise the ceiling.
Right.
Which is why I said when people would complain about, well, dang man, the tariffs are expensive, but now I'm seeing American companies charge more. Yeah, they're charging more. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because they can. And some of it may be because they also have parts and stuff that they're getting tariff as well. But I'm actually talking about the companies that don't have any of that at all.
It's just taking advantage of the situation to make more money.
Exactly, because if the margins are higher for the other company, they're going to try to match the margins too.
And then even when the situation returns to normal, the prices never will, because now they've
exactly,
had
and so
they're never going back.
So
but even companies that are being tariffed and they raise their prices to make up for the tariffs, isn't that just moving?
I mean, they're passing the buck on to you.
Right. They're passing the buck on to you. But I mean, if they didn't move the sales price and they gain tariff, then they're losing money because they're being tariffed, right?
Right. We get that.
But if they sell if they raise the sales price, well, they're just back where they were before, except that it's more expensive for us.
Right. But what we're saying is twofold. Not only does it look like they're doing more than they have to make up for it, and a lot of them are doing it even when they're unaffected.
Yeah.
Right. But even if and when this ends, they're never going to bring the prices back to what we consider normal because they're greedy and they're used to getting that money now.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, Tech, is, and I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying if it does happen, I wouldn't be shocked. Or if it was released that happened. Let's say a month ago, Asus had a projected price tag of $1,400 for this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would not shock me at all because of the Steam raise that they'd be like, maybe we can up that to $1,500 now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where I'm kind of That's the reason why the Steam thing is a major. That's why I joked with you on the chat. I said, "Man, I feel like I robbed the bank now with the LIX because I got a hell of a deal." Because now $1,000 gets you a worse machine.
And carry the Fox, right? Which is like the guy when it comes to this, right? Like he's the guy. The whole community, no matter what PC handheld you like to represent, right? Says if he says something. It's just written law, right? He literally said out and out, and I retweeted. If you don't believe it,
I saw it.
Don't buy the Steam Deck, buy the Xbox LIX. It's one to get. But I've already been saying even the
actually
white
he said
one, right?
I think he said the Ally first. I don't think he said the X.
No, he said the X.
He did say the X?
Ally,
okay.
because the white Ally, as I was about to say, was already like that because immediately after it came out, it was already $100 cheaper. You could put Steam OS on there, and that's a better Steam Deck than the Steam Deck was. For less money, you get a better screen, bigger battery, VR, all types of other things already, right? So buying the Steam Deck and see the whole community, even the Steam Deck Steam fanboys came after them correctly. They didn't fanboy out because they all recognized this is how much Valve increased the price. And we were just talking about it. They are doing it to an extent where I kind of feel like in the back of my mind, I was thinking about realists, right? We've had our back and forth about Steam, but everybody sees it for what it is. They've not only increased the price because of Rampapocalypse, they've went so far beyond that in terms of greed. It's obvious to everyone. Nobody's debating it. No one's seeing it any kind of way. All the Steam fanboy, blah, 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 or how you perceive these people, they're all in lockstep with Logic right now on it, right? And they're all like, fuck you, Steam, what the F are you doing? Now we don't give fucks about
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm worried about Steam. I am worried about Steam right now. Yeah, because they're fighting a multi-front battle right now.
But here's the thing about all of that. That's not affecting Steam as a platform right here, right now at all. Like, it hasn't dropped their sales. Anybody who fucks with Steam as a platform to buy their games ain't changing off of that.
I'm worried about their
Nobody.
margins.
It's just their handheld.
I'm worried about
all
their
their
margins
with their hardware.
Oh, I think their margins are going to get shrunk with their software, and I think their margins are definitely. I don't know if their hardware is going to sell.
I don't see how. I don't follow the logic of that at all. Because
how much?
Hold on, let me just say this before you say what you're going to say. It's that outside of its hardware stuff, before they entered hardware at all with the Steam machine and what have you, right?
Right.
They had no issues money wise. Okay, they're a private company.
Yes.
They make profit hand over foot. Everything has been cool, right?
Yes.
And just as we discussed, these companies, they get a taste and yada, yada, yada. But they're really not in that position to act that way no matter what, right? I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just saying I don't see the reason to be greedy in that regard, right? Mm-hmm. But the Steam Deck price increase is complete opposition to that. I understand. So I don't see how, if all their hardware pursuits were to flop immediately after this forevermore, how in the end this really changes jack shit for Steam. They're still very profitable with everything else they do, because none of that has changed at all. I don't see how what you're saying really comes into play. That's
so okay. So this is where I'm coming from, and this is I'm not talking about necessarily what their numbers are right now. Okay. Mm-hmm. What I'm talking about is I think they're taking a beating as far as the trust goes. Oh, and the trust definitely is a very big part of their business that they had to spend years to earn.
That's forever scarred. Yes, absolutely.
And where I have a problem is what is the current split between developers and Steam right now?
30%, but not exactly though. That hasn't actually been like that for a long time. When you get to certain, milestones of selling your game, right?
Yeah.
They definitely adjust that, and it's been like that for a while. That's nothing
right.
New,
so, but let's say what we talked about in the past, especially realists. Let's say that these developers are going to end up winning through court a bigger share of their total proceeds, regardless of where it sells. Right.
Because Epic has been leading with that. That's all.
Let's say it goes down to 10.
Which, by the way, as a quick side before you get into that,
right?
You saw the tweet that Tim, or what's his name? From Epic.
Oh yeah, I can't stand him.
Right.
But I know what you're talking about.
Now, right. He put the petty about yada yada. That was all the petty, right?
Yeah.
But we understand, and I've said this before. As much as I'm like, fuck Epic, I am with the whole what they want, but not in the name of what he claims it for.
Right.
He wants the prices to go down, and that's to my benefit. Of course, I want that.
Sure.
But not for the reason and the way he's representing the competition to get to that end, because I know that's completely false. However, he's going to take advantage where he can.
He don't care about gamers like he says he does.
Right. He doesn't give a fuck. It's actually Valve and them folks who actually do. Right. Yes. Except with this whole Steam Deck thing, that's fucking greed 110%. I'm just saying. So of course, all these lawsuits that you're about to talk about in more detail, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're going after what they can get because there's blood in the water. So of course, hey, do what you're going to do is to my benefit in the end, right? But is it really true? No, but they're going to do what they're going to do, and hey, it is what it is. I just want to.
Well, I think right now they're kind of. I mean, and trust me, I'm a fan of Steam. I'm not rooting for Steam's downfall at all. I Steam is very valuable, but what I'm concerned with is if the margins get squeezed on their normal storefront, because the core and they're right now, Steam is being targeted for multiple reasons. One, for the type of content on their games, which, by the way, I'm not a fan of. I think we're reaching. It's kind of like the pendulum swings, because I remember in the 90s it used to be, screw restriction. We want, if you don't like what you see on TV, turn it off, and then
you want complete freedom, but meanwhile,
that's why you had like the attitude in WWE, and no one said anything. But you watch it now, you kind of cringe. You're like, "Ooh, we actually got away with it."
Too far.
Well, now we're getting to the point where you got to enter in, like they're passing porn laws and stuff, where you have to do ID, and now you have to do. Now they're talking about rated R, right? And the pendulum is swinging the other way, because governments are starting to put, like UK is being very aggressive. Texas passed their own version of it, which spiked up VPN in Texas because in the Bible Belt we love our porn. So, you know,
they claim they don't
verification thing.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Oh yeah.
And now they're targeting Steam. They're targeting Steam because Steam was any game you want to put it on there. I mean, obviously, if it was real extreme, they wouldn't do it. But like, there's a lot of smut games that a lot of people.
There are some examples out there that are just
exactly, and so they're getting attacked with that.
Yeah,
they may lose a margin share that they've previously enjoyed with the Epic thing. Because I agree with Realist that eventually it's going to end up the developer's favor.
Right, of course.
But here's the other reason. Here's the other reason. And by the way, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I'm just saying the odds are going to be harder for them in the future because you now have more players that want to cut into their market league.
Yeah, because there's blood in the water and the sharks.
Exactly. And that's why I'm concerned because
forevermore. Yeah.
If like, you know, you're a PC player. I've always, if you've listened to me, I've always given the PC players the ultimate respect because I told them they are a different tribe.
Yep.
And that is
stick to what the fuck we say. You support us.
They are like the libertarian. They are like the libertarian of gaming, dude. They do not want to be told what to do. They don't want
libertarians who actually stick to their word. A lot of libertarians talk this shit but don't walk the walk. Yeah, PC gamers walk the walk.
And I think if you're Steam, you better be very careful of not having too many of these blows where the trust is starting to get broken with PC players, because if you do, that might give an avenue for other marketplaces that are smelling blood in the water to pick up more market share. That's why if I'm Steam, I would be concerned, because that hike did not do them any favors at all.
No. But they had to know this, so why did they do it?
That's the thing about it. They had no choice.
They had no choice. But why this high? Listen, the fact that they had to increase, the entire market is doing such. Yeah. Everybody expected it to happen when the Steam Deck wasn't available at all, right?
Yeah.
Who cared what the price was? You couldn't buy it because it wasn't for
sale.
Can't
buy it now in the US, right? It's still out, right?
It's still sold out. That's the other thing about it. It's still fucking sold out despite all this shit, right? And everybody in the unified voice, nobody capped for them, and it still happened, right? But still, okay, like, all right, so if then, why and how is this still happening, right? Like, how do you get it to be like this and then not, how can I put this? You had to know what the reaction would have been, right? They had to know. They're not stupid.
They're not dumb.
But they chose to do so anyway. Why? Why would you? That's like shooting yourself in the foot, not by accident, but on purpose.
Well, not only that, but what does it do to your Steam box that you're trying to put out? Because good Lord, trying to sell that right now.
And I always said, because remember, they announced this just before Rampapocalypse became a thing, right?
Yeah.
And I always wondered if they were going to do a triple pack where if you buy that, the Steam machine, and don't forget, there's also the Steam frame. All together as one pack, maybe would have been 2,000 or less, right? Because remember that the machine is supposed to come with the controller. So that was already included anyway. So it's like really a 2-pack, not really a 3-pack, but it was 3 devices they showed off. So they definitely had plans for a pack of all 3 things, right? And that would have been less than 2,000, people presume, right?
Let me just say, you are right on point with the PC. You are right on point with the PC reaction, because all the Steam fanboys that always root for Steam, always do.
None of them cap for it. None of them cap for it. They kept it.
Well, like Alex. I mean, I thought Alex was going to walk out on the ledge. I mean, watching him.
Nah. I knew he wouldn't do that.
But it's like it's. Yeah, that was that was a big surprise.
He is the realest of the real. Hey, pun intended and not intended at the same time. The PC gamers are the realest of the real.
They're horde. I call them the horde. I call them the horde for a reason, because that is not like
we are in control and we know it. And you can't
and when PlayStation fooled around PlayStation fooled around with who was one of the very first people that told you I mean, I didn't have to tell you because you knew, but I was like,
you said it independent. That's how
I
obvious
called
it
it
was
right off the bat. I'm like, this is not going to go well.
Yeah.
I was like, they are going to push back,
rape them,
big
which,
time.
by the way, respect to them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they came out with that update, right, for the consoles and PC. The consoles now have FSR and dynamic resolution, and they've increased the base resolution that the game runs at before upscaling. And the PC has support for all the upscalers, you know, DLSS and FSR and XeSS on Intel and whatever, right? But when it first dropped, it had issues. But they came up ahead of it and were like, and I tweeted about that too. Respect for them, right? They made a mistake, and and before they put the patch out, right? They realized there was an issue with it, and before they put that patch out, because they had advertised this patch before it came out, right? And in a week, they're going to have this major update on all platforms, and it's going to do all these things. And just before they dropped it, we're like, oh, we need a bit more time because we're having some issues with it.
And PlayStation, I mean, and that the problem that PlayStation had was they were arrogant because their fan base will allow them to trample all over them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to call out a person. I'll call out Colin Moriarty. Because let me tell you something. Colin Moriarty came out with a series of tweets talking about, well, in my point of view, Xbox is never going to win a comeback and all. First of all, they never led in consoles. I don't give me the 360. I'll put an asterisk.
They did. That's not an asterisk
for a year. But at the end of the gen, who won?
Whoa! Listen, Nintendo. So neither one. You can't say PlayStation. It wasn't PlayStation because by the time the generation ended. Listen. By the time the generation ended and it was no, not when the generation ended. When it was replaced with the next generation, Xbox was still ahead. PlayStation leapfrogged them after the next generation already was in effect, right? Same thing happened with the Super Nintendo and the Genesis back then. People look at it like, oh, the Super Nintendo sold more than Genesis, but the Genesis always had more systems out there because Sega moved on 2 years before Nintendo did.
Yeah,
they moved
I mean,
on.
I get it.
But and on top of that, Nintendo won that generation.
I'm fine with that.
I just want to add one thing to this, and I hope you suckers never forget it.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say something.
Xbox 360 was the lead platform in that generation.
Thank you.
It does not matter what PlayStation did to close in and or pass them at the end of the generation.
That's right.
All of the money was already made.
Yep.
360 was the lead platform for development, and it made the most money. And we did this on Twitter already, Kieran.
No, I know, but I'm still going to argue.
And they made the most money through sales and software, third-party software and sales. I get that. They get higher margins now than PlayStation. 83 million, right? You can bring up 83 million.
Let us speak.
Yeah. Because I'm not gonna. Because we talk about this for the past two.
Yes, Xbox you did. Yeah, both of you have. Yes.
Like Xbox One because we want to defend Xbox. But anyway, it doesn't matter that they came back to sell consoles after Xbox moved on, but that was good for them. Because it carried them into PlayStation 4 for Xbox to do all the crap that they did.
Yeah.
Right.
That was actually a good idea because we're doing them today, but the world wasn't ready.
Yeah. As
well, I mean, look. If you, I will say this, okay. PlayStation doesn't care. They're going to talk about the total numbers.
Of course.
I agree with you that the 360 was a leader because Xbox is a leader overall, right? Even to this day, because they're doing stuff that PlayStation and everybody else is copying off of them. They're leading the way.
Even Valve.
I have no doubt and will not. There's no argument with that. Okay.
Right, but that's also not what you were saying. So,
but I don't. When I hear the word comeback, I'm like. Like the Switch to me is a comeback.
Yes.
Okay. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's not going to be anytime soon that Xbox is going to be selling more hardware than PlayStation. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening at all.
Yeah,
That said,
And why don't you see it happening?
because I think that is already passed. I don't think they're why.
Actually,
I will say that I don't think it's going to
Time,
happen next gen. I don't think it's going to happen next gen because I think they're going for the premium market, unlike PlayStation. I think that Helix is going to be more expensive
Don't you
than
think
that
the whole
PS6.
market is premium at this point?
That's what I'm
like
thinking.
gaming is premium.
I agree with that, but I also say there's a difference between a person that's got $1 million and a person who's got 10, and there's a difference between a person who's got 10 and that has 100, and there's a difference between 100 and a guy who's got $1 billion. Like premium can be, there's stages to premium. I think Xbox is going to focus on mostly the older crowd that has more money to spend, and I think.
Don't you think that's what they've always done?
I think they've always done that. I think it's going to get even more in this next gen.
It really
because
of the
prices. Because of the price.
The reason why I'm asking is because it's like PlayStation has said that they were going to be premium, right? And we're saying the Xbox is going to be premium, right? And we were talking about. I was asking, why do you think they won't? Right? I don't think they will. But the reason why I think that they won't is because they're not going to do what it takes to be number one. Not at this point in the game. There's too much at stake. They're the biggest publisher in the world. They're not going to play the exclusivity game the way the PlayStation plays the exclusivity game. They're not going to pay for time exclusivity for third-party games. They're not going to invest too much money on marketing deals like PlayStation is willing to. So I don't see them being willing to lose the money that it takes to be number one. Because PlayStation, look, we didn't see anything. Like yesterday would have been the day for them to show a PC logo with Ghost of Yote, or not Soros, but Ghost of Yote. I mean, yesterday would have been the day. They didn't show one PC nothing.
That's why I asked the question today.
So if they're gonna do that, then that means that they are willing to pay the price to be number one. I don't think Microsoft really cares much about being number one at anything but Windows.
They just want the money from the software. In the end, the money has to be right. But here's my theory. Here's my theory in the end, right? I waited for both of y'all to say what you're going to say because I had to process this while I was coming up with it while y'all spoke. So what I think is, next generation, number one, we have to understand and recognize, because this has happened in the past, and I think this is going to be even more so, maybe even more so than the PS2 was. This current generation, even after the next generation has begun from both Xbox and PlayStation, will continue on more for PlayStation than for Xbox. Xbox dudes will move on one way or another. Either they buy the Helix or they just jump into PC or whatever else, but not so much PlayStation, right? The PlayStation guys will stay on the PS5 for ages. The super fans will jump on the 6. They still won't be a bunch of software though, because Sony ain't got it like that right now. So they won't be able to feed that beast. The third parties are opening their eyes now, are like, we do a couple exclusives here and there, especially these Chinese and Korean ones, whatever, who are taking money. Still like the Chinese developers and the Korean developers. They're out there, they're a legion, and the Indian ones are on the up and coming too, so look out for them. Right? And some African ones too. That just is what it is. And I'm seeing some Southeast Asian territories also getting into game development big time as well, right? Where those guys may take a exclusive deal from Sony here and there. We're seeing that already, right? But I'm thinking the console market next generation really will be about the premium or sticking with what's current on the PlayStation side, and the super fans will go to PlayStation. And even that will be premium compared to this and other past generations. The next PlayStation will still be more expensive than the PS5 ever was or ever is even, right? But and for many people will look back on it and be like, oh, here's the crash now because nothing is selling, blah blah blah, but not realizing, oh, people are on PC, people are on what they consider to be last gen at this point. Things like that. Nintendo is whatever Nintendo is. I'm sure they'll be okay, right? But even they, I don't think will sell as crazy as people expect them to this generation with the Switch 2, which we've all spoken on and agreed in general before. I think next generation really isn't going to be as crazy as people think, because there's going to be a more slowing down or evening out or whatever. Not so much a crash. It's just the factors at play, the money at play from the developers to the gamers to the software to the hardware that's required. Everything is just going to be too expensive, so people are going to nickel and dime.
What do you think is good? What would you consider a crash? What would you consider a crash?
Listen, there's only been one crash. The video game crash in 1983. But that was U.S. only. Respect this. It was U.S. only. In and of the time, none of us fucking even realized it was happening. Because what happened was we just stopped playing with Atari and ColecoVision and everything else, and we started fucking with PCs and stuff. Or the PCs of the time.
Would you consider
Nintendo came about?
Would you consider total sales of the PS6 60 million a crash?
Was the 60 million or so of the N64 crash? No, but also there was the PS1 blowing up at the same time, so it wasn't perceived as such. How many
gamers was there then compared to now?
But this is what I'm saying. This is exactly why I brought that up. I'm thinking it's going to be like the N64 at the 60 million, which was a drop in comparison, right? But without a PlayStation 1 in comparison around, right? The PlayStation is going to be that N64, but there's not going to be a PlayStation that's blowing up to 100 million plus or whatever, right? Everything is just going to be less. So the N64 is that 60. Xbox is going to sell numbers like Saturn, but unlike with Sega, they're making money off of software because they're not just that console, is PC and other shit that's supporting them and PlayStation themselves, right? This is how they're making their money. Off that software.
So let me just put a scenario to you.
Mm-hmm.
You have a console maker that's going to sell a product that's probably going to be closer to 1,000 than it will be to, let's say, $700 or $600.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For the last 6 years, your software sales has been tanking. Your first party software sales has been tanking.
That's right.
Okay. Your production of those first party games has been dwindling for 3 generations now.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have no choice, but you have to extend the life of your previous generation, which
always happens anyway,
but not to the extent that we've seen this generation, and it's going to be even worse next gen.
I agree, and that's what I said, but the difference is, and I think here's the way to say it, it's more necessary than ever before. It wasn't necessary before. It was gravy before. Now it's necessary. That's the difference.
You've dipped out of the PC market. I don't know if it's temporary or what, but you've dipped out of the PC market except
we're still
for
not even sure that's
games.
Official, but the way they keep moving, it seems
right. But that's what it seems like, right?
Yep.
And you can't ring up the third-party deals that you used to because you don't have enough money to pay them to do it anymore. The reason why you're going to China, and the reason why you're going to China and India is because they're startups.
Yep. Exactly.
Which means that the quality of games are probably not going to be good in the first place.
Not everything's going to be a Black Myth.
So
not everything's going to be that.
So the reason why I say that is I don't know how you can look at that scenario for the next 10 years. And unless something dramatically changes like a 180, I can't see the PS6 ever even getting close. Keep in mind, I thought they sold 110. I was wrong. They sold 20 million less. They just passed PS1 in sales.
Yeah.
We're 5.
Yeah.
There's 3 or 4 billion more people on this planet than there was when the PS1 came out.
Yep.
And they can't.
You say we're 5.
They're at PS5.
Yeah, PlayStation 5. Yeah.
And they just barely beat PS1.
And there's 3
or 4 billion on this earth, and they can't outsell their previous generations.
From 31 years ago.
From 31 years ago.
Stop making us old.
We established that gaming wasn't growing, or console gaming isn't growing.
Right.
And so my point is what's a crash to you, though? That's the reason why I'm asking. What's a crash to you?
A crash to me is when they stop making games. When you stop seeing a whole bunch of these little. Okay, if Steam is getting 20,000 games per year, well, let's say about 19 on average, 19,000 games per year on average. If you average the past 3 years, right? Let's say 17 past 3 years.
Okay.
How many of those games are actually worth playing?
Right.
That's what I'm waiting for. When I say I want a gaming reset, I want gaming to become unattractive to people who are just trying to gimmick themselves into some money. Right. But a gaming crash?
But that's what happened last time. That's exactly what caused it last time.
But going back to my
hold on. No. This is what I really said. But because that's what happened last time. All the gimmick motherfuckers came along. Like a dog food company was making a video game, right? As a form of marketing, but they went a whole hog on it. Right? People just were sick of it, and it was just stocking up. But this is what I said. It was already like that for Nintendo with N64, but the perception wasn't there because everybody was distracted with PlayStation, the original, the newcomer that eventually went on to sell 100 million plus, right? That the PS5 is just now catching up to 31 or 32 years later, right? Like, if the PlayStation wasn't there when it was just N64 and Saturn, everybody would have looked at the gaming industry like, holy shit, this shit is over with. But that's looking what's going to happen next generation.
I'm going. Right? The reason why I went on here is going in this direction is because.
What's up, ID?
The difference between the PC reaction to PlayStation and the difference between the PlayStation Core reaction is different, is because PlayStation is used to walking all over their base and then getting away with it. With the PC,
it's not working anymore.
Right. But sooner or later, that starts to be tested.
Yeah.
Okay. And sure. And by the way, the reason why I called out Colin Moriarty is because he showed himself to be what he really is, even though he argues that he wasn't. Okay. Because let me tell you something.
It all the time.
but he really did in this case. Okay.
Oh yeah, he did.
He really did. He really embarrassed himself. And he doesn't even know that he embarrassed himself, and I'll tell you why.
He's an idiot.
Facts.
They lost your account. I don't care if you were hacked. They lost your account.
Your account.
And your account, your library, everything else, to the point where you were telling me or telling everybody you were going to stop streaming.
Yep. Because you had to.
You managed to pull strings that 99.5% of us would not be able to have because you have connections to quote unquote the mothership. Those are your words, or his words, not mine.
Because you stand for them. Everybody knows it.
And you had a stream that went public, cool, because you wanted to lead the change for PlayStation to change their security, to look into it, because this is a problem. Did we hear a response from PlayStation after that?
No. They're not going to make it a public situation anymore.
Well, first of all, they should, because if they should have, because if people's accounts are getting hacked and you're losing their libraries and only one person was able to hook up to the mothership to save theirs while the thousands that possibly have lost theirs haven't, you should be out in front and start talking.
Of course.
But that's not even the most embarrassing thing, because a week later, you got no response from Sony.
Yeah.
They lost your account. All that money you spent on that library, you almost lost. And a week later, you're back doing a tweet a long tweet thing about the ills of Xbox and why PlayStation is better. I'm sorry. If Xbox lost my account and I couldn't get my stuff back, you think I'm going to put a pro Xbox tweet out there and bash PlayStation a week later? You out of your freaking mind. That's what I'm talking about, the PlayStation base. They get ran over. These guys are lap dogs.
Cucks are going to cuck. Cucks are going to cuck.
PC guys are not.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some out there you can point to, the anecdotes or whatever, but not the majority of them.
Yeah.
If Steam keeps screwing up, it wouldn't be the first time that PC gamers were mad at Steam. They didn't trust Steam to begin with. They'll find somebody else if they keep screwing it up.
Yeah. It's that simple.
Mm.
It's that simple.
Mm.
And piracy is real, man. We done kicked Denuvo's ass, bro, in case you haven't heard.
They lost his account, Tech, and not even 7 days later. Let me give you a whole spiel why Xbox is not going to be around and PlayStation is not even a week later. They lost his account and he went back to lapping up the dog.
I want to see what Paris has to say about that, right? Because that's his kind of funny homie. Like Paris been fucking up lately, bro. Like he can't stand when people disagree with him now. Like and he's alluded to it because if you haven't seen the GCP podcast this past weekend, they got in his ass about it. He couldn't do nothing because he tried to come after Lucius who was speaking on it, and that didn't. I'm just
saying. If Xbox lost my account, you think I'm gonna be? I'm gonna be?
But this is what I'm
pro
saying.
Xbox.
Like, the talking heads who thought they could talk the way out of it, right? No matter who they are. That shouldn't work out for them. This is what I'm saying too. Listen, the PlayStation capping can only work so much.
Right.
All duplicitous shit about the logos and yada yada yada. All the truth that's really behind all this debate, right? The Joe averages may not know and think all that stuff is exclusive to PlayStation because they really do think that, right? Because they really do think that because all they see is a PlayStation logo from the multi-platform software. I've been talking about this since watching E3 press conferences with fucking Real Player. If anybody remembers that shit on dial-up. Okay? So
dial-up, baby.
So that's been a thing, right? But even that is slowly eroding, right? But in general, that's what Joe and Jen average know. PlayStation and Nintendo, they don't even know about Xbox, but they think most stuff is exclusive to PlayStation, and that's it, right? And so, but even that's eroding. That doesn't have the power it once did because for all the talk they talk, you see the sales numbers of these games, they're not there. They don't walk the walk. And I forget who said what about this God of War, whatever you want to say about it, right? It's not gonna sell those numbers even if it was a proper God of War.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Well, I mean, here's the difference. I don't care if I mean
it's a God
like,
of
you know
War
what I mean by
story.
that. It doesn't matter.
It's just like Halo ODST without Master Chief. I get it. I'm not going to get into if it's a God of War or not. I don't. If it says God of War, it's God of War. Is it a good God of War? We'll find out.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Even if that wasn't a part of the debate, but even if it wasn't a part of the debate, is my point, right? Even if it wasn't a part of the debate, it's still not going to sell. Like if it was what everybody was expecting from the next one, right? More traditional in that sense, and it wasn't a side story, whatever you want to call this, right? If it wasn't any of those things, it's still not going to sell at that rate that it needs to, right, for that to happen.
It's a 5-hour game.
Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
See, which one sold better, 2018 or Ragnarok?
18.
Okay. So, would you think that the God of War franchise is declining?
Technically, it is.
Because to me, it seems like 2018 breathed new air into the franchise, right? Gave it a different perspective.
Yeah, but then a lot of people complain about the way it is on 2018 compared to the previous old ones.
Gave it a different way of playing.
Yes.
Gave it a different way.
He just ignored what you said.
Yeah, because it's like start talking.
Yeah. Hey, it wasn't me. I'm just saying.
It wasn't me either.
I know, right? And I kind of think he did it on purpose too, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, he does.
What I do? What I do?
Look, I'm surprised. You know, he'll do something like that, a fart noise or something. But look, yeah, of course,
What I do?
You didn't get to get no buns in the game or nothing. You know what I mean? So like, it's hard to really gauge the interest in God of War. And why didn't PlayStation have the confidence to put it out there without bundling it? They bundled God of War for a year, right? A lot, you know, it's you selling the console to sell the game, or you sell the game you sell the console based off the game you put in the box, or the game because the box is on fire. They put God of War and Horizon in every PlayStation, and both of them were bundled for over a year.
Yep.
Right, and they still didn't approach the numbers that the first ones did.
Yep.
So I don't think it matters. I think that the franchise is in decline because people are really over it, but they don't have a curveball.
Yeah.
And so if you know anything about what they were showing, they're basically going worldwide with God pantheons now. Right. This is what everybody wanted from Kratos.
That's what they expected years ago. Yeah.
In that trailer, you got a Tibetan god and an Egyptian god.
Yeah.
So this is what people thought. They thought Kratos was going to Egypt. They thought Kratos was going to Greek, somewhere else. They thought he was going somewhere.
Wife is doing it.
Yeah, but see, instead of them doing that, they created some type of underworld, Tartarus, for her to fight her way through.
And even though it's gonna end with, even though she's gonna have an option to come back, she's not gonna take it.
I don't know.
That's how it's gonna end. But that's how it's gonna end.
But
that's how it's gonna end.
But that's why, Kieran. That's why I said this is a God of War game, right? Because and so far those two gods are gods of war, right? The Tibetan fire god, I forgot his name, Bakuki or whatever his name is, Berkey, and then the other one's name starts with an S. My son knows this stuff.
Yeah,
because I made him. Make him. I asked him if he wanted to watch it today, and he watched it, and he told me, "Yeah, this is who this is, and this is who it is." And I heard the woman say the fire guy's name. So anyway, it looks like they're going to be going worldwide gods of war versus, right? But one more thing, and I'll pass it back. I think this is to help them set up the God of War live service game that they had to delete, that they had to cancel or table for now. Because what good is a God of War service game if you don't know the gods? If you don't know, what if they needed to introduce more characters. They needed to introduce more guys. I don't know how many of you ever played, what's that game? Deity, I think it's called.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
What is it called? It's a huge mobile. I started playing it.
I know, I've heard of this one.
I started playing it with my boy, and I was like, man, that was my introduction to microtransactions, because I was buying the guys individually. Yeah, I was buying the guys individually. You know what I mean? One of them was a little rat named Rattata, and I just thought it was cute, so I bought it. But man, I wish was it Smite? Smite is the name of the game.
Smite, thank you. I would have remembered.
Smite is the name of the game. So it's just the same type of thing, like, but it introduced you to these guys, like these you never heard of if you don't read this type of stuff. I think they're setting that up. I think that they had to do this. It's also she's also Kratos spoke to her in the void. You know what I mean? So look, I don't really necessarily like God of War. I get them for my son, but I think this fits right along with what they've done. And hopefully they just do a better job than 343 did with introducing Locke.
I would like to. I mean, I don't know if they do go back to the live service game, because I never really understood.
I was having yesterday with somebody. Ooh.
I don't. There's only one model one way I can see them doing a live service that makes sense. I would really be curious on how they would set up a live service God of War game, because
what would it be?
I would think you would have to run it like almost like a Highlander, dude. If everybody's gonna be gods of war running around. I mean, Jesus.
But think about it. What if you did have like a god or a demigod or a giant to spec to fight these gods? These gods mean something to you, but the problem is PlayStation is trying to be exclusive. You're not gonna get a live service game to take over the world on your one platform. And PC people are about to start revolting. You got a lot of people who just don't give a fat rat, but you got a lot of people that will really look. I've seen PC players like once they get in those forums, they like stick to their guns. If they say if you don't support PC wholeheartedly, we're not going to support you partially.
Yep.
That type of stuff. Because see, I'm noticing
that shit.
But this is the reason why I had my son watch it. I said, son, I know you don't care about. I didn't say DEI, but DEI and all this other stuff. Tell me what you think about this. And we watched it before I took the girls to softball.
What
and he was like, trailer? He turned it. He can't even. He like right in the middle of the fight between her and Burger. Yeah, the God of War Laufey,
yeah.
Trailer. It's Laufey, man.
Whatever. Laufey.
So we watched that before we left, and he turned it off right in the middle of the fight with her and the Tibetan god, the fire god. And I was like, dude, you didn't finish the video. He said, I want to play it. I said, you can't play it till next year. He said, next year. I said, yeah, bro.
Maybe next year. It might even be later than that. But yeah.
Look, I don't doubt it, bro. Like, but
and the point to him, he just said next year.
It probably won't come to 28. Bro.
Yeah, but he's not an infected kid like the rest of us who are like always into this drama crap. You know.
But think about the people on PlayStation that are like him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I think it's going to be a fine game for those who favor that type of game. She moves like Kratos. She back jogs like Kratos. She sidesteps like Kratos. She can double jump now.
Floor. They need to fix that, but I mean it's early. They'll fix it.
She can double jump now.
Yes,
double jump.
And she can juggle.
I'm sold.
I'm
Hey,
not juggling them titties though. But anyway,
hey man, I would play it because I've had a crush on Deborah Ann Wall for about 10 years since True Blood.
I'll play
That's who it is. I was wondering. She looked familiar, and I was putting my head, and I love
tasty white women.
Okay,
that's that. Yep.
I'm glad you said that because I'm like looking at her and I'm like, who is? I've seen this face before, and I'm like,
that's Jessica,
and then
it's
Daredevil. Okay, True Blood. Yeah.
I think she married the Daredevil guy.
No, she married somebody who's blind.
Wow.
I mean, I would play it just because I played the previous two. So
but she didn't marry him.
She married
the guy that plays Daredevil.
I don't know.
A blind dude.
All right, what about
Marvel? He married another blind dude. I'm
not rooting for him either.
What did you guys think about did you watch the Wolverine one?
Okay. Here's what I want to say about Wolverine. I want to jump in on this. Okay. Here's the thing. Those who know me will think I have a bias one way or another, but I read comics. I know these characters. Number one, Dave, fuck you right now. Second of all, they've come out and said there's not going to be no X-Men. That's why it's Team X. That's why it's not Jean Grey. He just says red and she's covered up in a coat. But obviously that's her, right?
I thought somebody announced it was Jean Grey.
It's obviously Jean Grey, but it's not like X-Men Jean Grey because there's no X-Men in that universe. They've come out and officially said it's Team X or whatever at best, right? He's wearing the costume, but he only got that color costume because he joined the X-Men. That's how much I know about this shit. But my point being, like, I look at this and I'm like
mad.
He's not stalky enough for me.
It looks alright, but also
well, when he spoke, he's not very brutish, you know?
Hold on. Just chill. Let me get my bars off. Like, I don't want to sound petty, but there was that 360 game that had more motherfucking Wolverine in it.
Yeah.
Then this motherfucker, and this shit don't look weak though. But it don't look weak. It really don't. Like,
no, it doesn't look weak.
It kind of. I feel fucked up about it because it's like I don't want to sound like a hater and so I'm trying to filter all my words and think up my thoughts, and yet and still I'm stuck, right? But it don't feel, it's not enough. It's kind of pussified still. This is motherfucking Wolverine, and he's saying shit like "gosh" because I watched the version of the stream with the subtitles. Okay,
gosh,
he lit. Yes,
I didn't hear that
right.
part.
And then 3 and 2 words later it says shit. So it's like instead of saying fuck or got fucking shit or whatever, he can say gosh, the shit. Like what?
I was waiting for him to say like something bub.
Bro, he says bub. He does say bub.
He does it?
It's,
I didn't catch
it's fucking
it.
pussified a little bit. I feel like he had testicular cancer and he lost a ball, but he's still a man. But he feels.
They're saying she's not Jean Grey.
I thought that was Scarlet at first.
But she's not X-Men Jean Grey because there's no X-Men in that universe. That's Jean Grey, obviously, right?
I thought they were going to do X-Men, no.
There's no X. They've come out and officially said there is no X-Men in this.
Is it another licensed shit deal again?
There's no Spider-Man crossover either because the mouse want that fucking money and Sony ain't got it. Remember?
Yeah, see, I agree with Google. It looks like a Spider-Man like reskinned.
Yeah, because it was. We already knew this from when that leak happened a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Like and then last year's official thing. We know because of the leak. We know from seeing it with gaming. We know this shit, and it feels off. But besides all of that, and this is what I'm saying. Besides, I'm not trying to sound like a hate. I'm just trying to be objective because it's a Wolverine game that eventually, if all this whole PC debate drama wasn't happening, a lot of us would have been hopeful for it on PC. I don't want this, and it doesn't look bad or ass or nothing. I just bro. Whatever, bro. I can live without it. That's how I feel, and I don't on no haterish shit or nothing, bro. I don't give a fuck like that. I really don't. This
is based on Marvel, right? Marvel comics,
Marvel.
right?
It's Marvel
this is
comics.
not okay. He's not bulky enough for me.
He's not.
His upper body needs to be much more like
his mask
stout.
Seems like it's slacking, or like it's slacking.
And he looks, unless everybody's average height in this game is like 5'8", he still looks too tall to me.
Yeah.
Wolverine is 5'3".
Yeah.
That's 2 inches shorter than my wife.
Yeah. He's a short motherfucker. He's a little short.
He's short, dude.
Motherfucker. He's a little short motherfucker. Yep.
He's one of those short landscaper guys.
If you're doing it based off of Hugh Jackman Wolverine, okay, I get that. But you're not in this case. You're trying to do it off the comic book. He's too thin.
Yes.
Go look at the comic book, man. He's like ridiculously like over, like his upper body. It looks like he's
Goes like
he's leg day, but not exactly. He's not. His legs aren't slim, but they're not big enough to.
No, look, but it does look like he skipped a couple leg days. You know what I'm saying?
A couple leg days, not every leg day, but a couple.
Not every leg day.
It's all Tuve when he's angry.
All Tuve. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And he looks like he's 5'6", 5'7", which that means he's 4 inches taller than what he's supposed to be.
Yeah, which I could take. I could take. The height is fine, but I feel like there's slack in his costume. Like he stopped working out for a little bit, right?
Not anatomically correct.
Forget the anatomically correct. Like he lost some muscle mass and definition, and he's still wearing his costume like from 3 months ago when he
took Ozempic.
Yeah, Ozempic. You can see it in the mask. It doesn't look like
costume
like
just regenerated. It's not right.
Yeah, his costume regenerated too. But I mean, it's early and it's going to be. Listen, bro, that game is going to be a while before it comes out. You talk
it's
about
going to be a good game.
It's coming out this year.
Does good games.
It's not going to be an ass game, but it's just not. It's not making my nuts swell, bro. It's not making my dick hard. Period. I don't give a fuck.
All right, Bing. You don't have to go graphic like that now.
I don't give a fuck about this game like that. I really don't. And it doesn't look ass.
Well, I don't either because you're not going to put it on PC, which is why I didn't watch the show in the first place.
But that's the thing. Even if this PC drama wasn't happening, I don't care that this PC drama is happening in relation to Wolverine.
This is my favorite character.
It doesn't care. Yeah, it's one of my favorites, bro. Top 5 easily.
I want Storm to show up.
Snick bub, baby.
I'm just saying, dude. He's about 50 pounds too light in the chest area, man.
Yeah, bro. And the arms too.
And the arms, dude. I mean, that dude,
he's not right. He's not right.
I'm trying to think of a football player that would like but no football players are like 5'3", but it's his build. Either. His build is like it's top heavy. He's a top heavy character,
and it's not NES on Wolverine, by JL. What was that published? LJN, right? It's not that bad game, right? It's not that. X-Men and Arcade Revenge and Wolverine was there too. Like, it's not bad game like that, right? But it's not X-Men on Genesis where Wolverine was there. It's not that level because that was Wolverine for the time. That was badass. It's not X-Men Wolverine that you see everybody showing that picture of the original X of 360, right? It's not that level X-Men because that was a badass Wolverine game. It's not at that level. It's just not.
Is this centered in Japan more than New York, or is this centered in New York?
There's some elements in Japan, but the footage we saw doesn't seem to have anything to do with Japan. And all his combatants were like half cyborgs, like the limbs were all mechanical.
Is this supposed to be?
He's hairy, but he's not hairy enough.
Is it? I mean,
he needs more hair.
Would you consider this isn't an origin game then, right? This is not an origin game at all? Okay. No. See, I was saying...
They have any flashbacks to shit? Who knows? Sabretooth is there. Okay, see? They couldn't get no X-Men. Okay. Sony couldn't afford no X-Men or nothing. Some of us like, you could have Sabretooth. You ain't getting no Deadpool. Right? You couldn't even get Lady Deathstrike. Okay? You couldn't even get the crappy Deadpool that caused them to make the good one, okay? From the X-Men Origins movie. Yeah, right? We couldn't even get that crappy version of Deadpool, right? We couldn't get how many other characters, like Forge or some shit.
If they can't afford these other characters, how are they going to do X-Men in general?
That's what I'm saying. And they're talking about, they're doing X-Men.
X-Man.
Yeah, it's just X-Man without the X-Men because the X-Men doesn't exist in this universe.
They had to get one with an X-Man.
Yeah,
this is Professor X rolling around in a wheelchair.
He doesn't even have that red.
No,
X
he has the hover one, the hovercraft one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, the hovercraft one. Wow. But bro, listen, and the game, and despite us saying all this shit, the game doesn't look bad per se.
They're gonna do a game of Professor X.
This is not shit, but this is weak. This is weak. They should have did way better.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna look. Here, you're gonna hear. Here's the thing, okay? As much as people are going to get onto PlayStation, this whole thing is FUBAR, not created by PlayStation, but by Marvel themselves. Okay,
yeah, this is also Marvel.
They should have never allowed any of their properties to be exclusive.
Yeah,
and the reason why
the same thing for Blade on Xbox.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. Blade is not going to be. We all know Blade's not going to be exclusive. They're going to have that thing on PlayStation.
But if that's the reason, then so be it.
Okay.
But if that's the reason, then so be it. I agree with you.
But I mean, and Insomniac does a great job. I'm not saying that, but it does devalue the quality of your games. Is if you can't afford, if you're trying to build a Marvel universe, which Insomniac is trying to do, and you're telling me that they're restricted because of the cost of the IPs of each character themselves, then you have just devalued the game to do what you wanted to do in the first place. Like if it's a Wolverine game, cool. But if you're telling me that you can't have a tie, I'm supposed to say, hey, this girl with kinetic energy, she's not Jean Grey, but hint, hint, wink, wink, and I'm like, come on, man.
She's probably going to use the name Jean Grey, but it's just not X-Men Jean Grey. She's not going to have the X-Men uniform or anything like that because there's no X-Men in that universe. They've specifically said. That's crazy.
I don't know why you would do that, though. You
did
can't Spider-Man.
Because they can't afford it.
Jesus Christ, man. Disney.
That's why. And the mouse want their money. You know that mouse do not play.
And they can get their money. Dude, if this was on Xbox and PC, how many more copies would it sell?
Bro, I don't know.
Like how many Spider-Man, if Spider-Man sold on day one on every platform, how many more copies would it sell? If they put, I mean, just a testament. If they put Spider-Man on Xbox today, I bet you get 2 or 3 million out of it.
Man, people go nuts.
You get 2 or 3 million out of it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, not impressive, but for a game that's been out since what, 2018 or whenever the first Spider-Man was made, that ain't bad.
It's gravy. It's free money.
Yeah, make it play anywhere.
But this whole exclusive thing does not make sense to me. It never has. It never will. Especially on IPs you don't even own.
And the MLB knew this, but especially nowadays when it doesn't have the impact it used to anyway. Because because these motherfuckers talk a game, but they don't buy the game. More so than ever. More so than ever. They talk all that shit and then end up not buying it. And
because
somebody did something exactly like that yesterday.
Because I don't know why. I don't know why I mean, obviously we know the why because you're telling me. But there should be no reason why Insomniac, as quality-based as their games are, should not be able to build their own Marvel universe where things are tied into things.
Yeah, especially with Spider-Man. You would think, oh, there will be a crossover with Spider-Man in their game.
Well, I mean, if Spider-Man is supposedly the North Star of Marvel, which more often than not it is.
And then his game to do it.
Man, it's frustrating. It doesn't make sense. You're gonna sell 8 to 10 million,
and the amount it costs to make it 8 to 10,
and you're not gonna make that much money because you didn't make that much money on Spider-Man. And the reason why I say 8 to 10 is, as much as Wolverine is my favorite character, he's still not Spider-Man. Spider-Man sells more.
Yeah.
Okay. And and I'm going to be very critical, and I'm going to be very critical of Blade too, by the way, because Blade is a certain type of character that has to be done right too.
Yeah, that one does.
I mean, if that thing isn't gritty like you see in the comic, like Blade is not. I mean,
like the
Blade
first movie, at a minimum.
I mean,
that's a minimum.
Blade's a good guy, but Blade is not a good guy.
Yeah.
Okay, very questionable.
Gotta do. That's what he means.
He ain't a saint.
He ain't a saint.
It's not exactly. It ain't exactly the March of Dimes. What are you talking about?
But okay, so I wasn't a comic.
Hold on. Did you just say what? You did not watch the movie?
Huh?
I said it's not exactly the March of Dimes.
Right.
Said, huh?
Oh, got you. Yeah. When they took the watch off the guy for the silver. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I didn't catch what you said. That's why I said, huh? Yeah.
It's like, attaboy.
March of Dimes. Yeah. I didn't catch it. My bad.
When the Blade game comes out, what source are they going to compare it to? Comics or the movie?
Everybody's going to compare it to the movie because no. The people or the developer, the marketing.
Well,
because everybody,
I'm talking about the consumer. Like when they hear Blade,
consumer's going to compare it to the movies, right? Yes. The Wesley Snipes, and maybe some people remember him, and most people before that were introduced to him on the Spider-Man cartoon on Fox in the mid '90s. That's how
I wasn't even aware when Blade came out in the movies. I had no idea he was a Marvel character.
Right. I only knew about him because of the Spider-Man cartoon on Fox in the mid '90s. Before that, I didn't know about the comic one. And in the comic one, he's way weaker and shit, and it's all types of other shit. Like, but people know only know Wesley Snipes. 99.9% of people.
That's me.
And if they know about the other stuff like I do, they aren't going to use that as a frame of reference. Period. Because I will not. I just know of it.
Yeah.
Right. But like, so it has to do with that. And even if they decide to do their own thing, they got to make that clear and still have some kind of references yet and still. Much homage to Wesley Snipes' portrayal because it's necessary. It just cannot be any other way. Period.
Well, there hasn't been no other to compare, right?
And,
I mean,
kind of like Superman. We have like 5 different Supermans. Is like, so who you can compare it to?
But also, one last thing I want to say.
There's only been
how
one.
much of this really supposed to have been related to the movie that's not happening, that movie situation.
Yeah.
How much of it is related to that version?
Yeah.
That we never got to see. Right? We really don't know much, and hopefully on Sunday we find out. By the way, I don't know if you guys.
I don't think it's related to none of that.
I don't expect it either, but my point is
it's based in Paris, right?
Right. But what I'm saying is, my point is, we do not know one way or another. That's how little we know. That's how little we honestly know, right? So it could be anything. We'll find out on Sunday. Which, by the way, what do we want to do on Sunday? Are we doing a live stream?
I don't think they're going to announce anything with Blade on Sunday, so
they may not. But I'm saying, I think
look, man. How long are they going to be able to? I'm down. But how long? Because if you keep bringing it up and get no response, then I'm gonna just assume that you're not interested. So look,
I guess not. Yeah,
I should be available, but I can't promise.
Say that.
Okay, say that then, man. God dang. So look,
but
they can only hold back. Go ahead, man.
Wasn't me.
He doing it on purpose. He's doing it on purpose.
Yeah. Okay. All right. They can only
hold me out, so I'm good.
Speaking on State of Decay, Blade.
Oh yes.
What else? Gears. What else have they been? Well, no, we know Gears is coming.
That's its own thing. That's its own
Clockwork.
Clockwork Revolution.
They're gonna do some on Halo.
Well, we already know that's coming.
Anniversary shit.
But we already know that's going to PlayStation and everything. You know, but
not Helix. No Helix.
What other games did they put out there? Because
more Fable.
We know we're gonna get more Fable. Well, I'm talking about games games that we know exist. Yeah, you already know that's coming too.
That ain't seen
games that we know exist, but they have not really been talking about them. You know what I mean? Like State of Decay 3, like Blade, like Clockwork Revolution. Because it used to be, man, we knew about like 10 games before they even touched. You know what I mean? Like who's next up in the rotation? Is Compulsion?
Xbox used to be a leaky shit. Now we don't know nothing. Now it's a
that's the way I want it to be too.
Does Obsidian have something else? Because the guy said he wanted to release 6 games in the next 7 years, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So does Bethesda have something? Because we know they supposedly canceled Blue Jay or Bluebird or Blackbird, whatever the name of that game was, code name of that game was. Who's next up? Machine just dropped Indiana Jones.
Trying to look at my list here.
Tango is gone.
Fallout.
Fallout is going to be there. We know they're going to be a remake of Fallout.
Well, I hope so.
Remake?
Remaster?
Yeah, remake of 3.
Or 76, I think it was.
76 is live service.
I'm going. If you want a surprise announcement, here's my prediction. Sure to fail. Mama and Daddy get back together, and we're having New Vegas 2, baby.
No, not yet.
Obsidian Bethesda get back together. Mama and Daddy are back together. New Vegas.
He still has hope.
Dude, it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna laugh at you, sick.
Hey, have we even gotten an official announcement on the Elsewhere studio?
No.
You know what I mean? It's something that they've mentioned, that somebody mentioned and put it out there, but Xbox hasn't done a little expose like they did with Ninja Theory, or any of these other studios, and introduced them to the world as a new studio. We just hear rumors. Just trying to see who's next up.
That's what I'm saying. Like the tight ship, it's a tight ship now. We can't do what we used to, and say and I agree, but we can't do what we used to, and it's in hindsight frustrating because we're so used to that, right? But we know they have games on games on games on games on games. Like there's got to be a lot of shit there. I mean, how much we're gonna like it or not, I'm not calling that, but I'm saying they have stuff to show for sure, right? And don't forget, there's always third-party shit, right?
Bring back Perfect Dark.
The other major publishers used to have their own things, right? Ubisoft would have one, EA would have one, right? Sega would have one, Capcom would have one. There's gonna be there's gonna be a PC gamer show right after the Xbox one, I think, right? Like
they gotta announce a new headset.
And that's pretty much all there is. Those three studios, and then was it Bob's Toys Bob's?
Toys for Bob.
Maybe they. I was about to call them B-Knocks. Maybe they show something.
Who knows?
I got another prediction.
These nuts.
They're gonna do.
You said it too.
They're going to do. They're gonna do a StarCraft shooter.
Oh, maybe
StarCraft
shooter.
StarCraft.
That's Halo
then. No, that's basically Warhammer. Because remember, StarCraft was supposed to be a Warhammer game.
Yeah.
And at the last second,
they're gonna do a StarCraft shooter.
Like one they were supposed to do before.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember hearing about this. I forgot all about that.
Yep. And it's gonna get a loud applause too.
It's going on PlayStation.
Yeah, it might.
Probably will. Man, let me tell you something. I took one for y'all, by the way.
What?
What's that?
Especially for Realist and Sick. I came out and I said it was a mistake about those logos.
Oh.
And by the way, I still say to this day, I don't care about the logos. If they have them or they don't, I don't care. But Sick, what do I always say about the optics?
It is bad.
It matters.
Optics matter. Optics matter.
Yes.
Right. And man, so I said, I don't care about I put it on Twitter.
I don't
last
care,
weekend.
although I know it, and I always have.
I don't care, but I think it's a mistake.
Yeah.
That they're continuing to put the thing on there. Man, I had half of the Xbox fanboys gripping into me. What about transparency?
It's been a civil war.
If you can't tell when a game is, I said they could easily throw everybody a bone. Don't put the logos on the damn showcase. And then if you want to tweet 30 minutes after the showcase, it's coming to PlayStation. Knock yourself out. There's more than one avenue to do this.
That's what's gonna happen. That's what they always do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But man. What about transparency?
Like her thing of saying, "Oh,
does
I
PlayStation
know
do it?"
It's a
No.
mess. I hear the feedback, and it's a mess. Well, just do it. Get that shit.
And that's why I asked my question, because I didn't see the showcase or I didn't see the state of play. I asked, did they put logos all of a sudden? Because I didn't hear anybody in the media, and they had plenty to say last week about it. About
they didn't put anything, not even PC.
Nobody complained. No one complained about it. I saw one person, that was Dano. He said that they should have added, if we're going to be consistent, and that's my whole thing. Like, look, I want consistency, and I want lack of hypocrisy. If you're going to be a media and ride Xbox for taking off, for saying, well, they kowtow to the loud minority, and then where's the complaining this week that they didn't have logos for transparency? Because I want to see it, and if I see it, I won't say a word. Cool. But one person responded to me, goes, well, the reason why we didn't say it is because we know it's baked and they're not going to do it. No, my friend, that's the reason why you should do it.
You're exactly.
Because you are accepting
Don't
that.
try to spin it, bitch. Don't try to spin it, bitch.
You are accepting that it's baked.
Yep.
Why are we gonna put Xbox to the fire on it, but we're not gonna put the other guy in? I want consistency. I don't, like I said, I don't give a rip, logos or not.
Yep.
I thought it was a mistake, because if you spent the last several weeks trying to rebuild that relationship to the fan base that feels like they've been turned off or they're not as important, and now and then you misjudge, which she admitted she did, and I said then you misjudged that logo is a turnoff for them. It's a major problem for them. Even if you think, and the people are like, well, it's silly. Hey man, I agree. I don't care, but it's not silly to them.
Exactly.
And they're your customers.
You're marketing to. They're your customers, right? And that's always been those.
Throw them a bone. Don't put them on there.
Point in the first place. That's been their point in the first place. And it doesn't change anything about how you're making your money or whatever, right?
It doesn't cost them anything to take the logos off.
Do what you're gonna.
It literally costs them nothing.
I got CapCut. I can do it real quick.
Yeah.
Like you get your editor on there and say, just take it off, and then put it on a tweet 30 minutes after the show, put it back on.
35 seconds later, when you when you post a video on YouTube, right? Because they always do immediately after, I told you with Ace Combat, right? While the show is active, they're posting up the videos on all the accounts of said game and the official Xbox account, right? In that video, in that post, have the logos there. Because listen, that's what happens with the Sony shit, right? On the broadcast, right?
All the Xbox guys are looking for that video. Right?
Yeah. But while the show is happening, you're looking online and you see it. And this was happening, like I said, in the real player days, before social media was even two words that were put together, right? People would be checking the websites while they were watching on a different connection because that was enough to fuck up the stream because, it was dial-up, right? That's what you did. That's what you did.
He's talking dial-up.
Because that's what we had back then. So that's what you did, and that's how you did it, right?
I mean, I don't think they're serious about exclusives at all. I think it's gonna be the same old. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I understand. I may not agree. I may not agree with it, but I understand if you have been building weeks on doing small changes and trying to get everybody's feedback and trying to get buy-in with the core base. And by the way, I understand that not everybody in the core base cares about the logo, but there's still enough people out there making a big stink about it to not notice. She answered the call. She didn't have to. She answered the call. There was enough there.
Yeah.
My thing is, if you're going to have a strategy, if you're going to try to rebuild and make Xbox, remember, you're the one that changed the name. It's now all capitalized Xbox. Like it used to be. Like it used to be. And you're trying to tell me that the console matters. Okay. Which, by the way, I don't know how you're going to pull that tap dance off. It's going to be very hard. I don't envy her position at all, but she getting paid a lot of money. I don't feel bad for her at all.
And she's pretty smart at it thus far.
And she's going to make mistakes. I've said that before and all that. But they're not going. There will not be console exclusives with Xbox. There will always be a PC presence. They will still put games on PlayStation. If they will still make, they still will make. If it makes sense, they will still put it on PlayStation. I see Blade going
every time. They got to do something.
I see Blade going to PlayStation.
Things they said and not do nothing.
Right.
Something's gonna change. And then why do you keep bringing up PC, bro? Like,
because the argument is console exclusive.
Ignore those idiots.
Yeah, those dudes wanted off of PC as well. They still complain like
it's never gonna leave PC. If we're gonna celebrate Helix being a quote unquote hybrid, then it's not gonna leave. If you got Epic and Steam getting ready to sign on, it's over. PC is Xbox now.
That to Adidas 20 and what's his name that we talk about, Kieran, all the time? Is that Adidas 20 or is it somebody else as well? Because I get the name confused now.
What's that?
Right when he starts to talk about the piece. Oh, Mr. Tryhard, right? You know who I mean.
Yeah.
That's not Adidas.
What's his
no, that's not Adidas. That's I hadn't seen him in a while too.
But they both say the same thing. They both negatively talk about PC like they're the enemy, but he's really talking about the Steam ones who's talking shit about Xbox, not the ones who are on the Xbox app shit like that, right? But they throwing out the baby with the bathwater with that shit, and they talk angry like Xbox dudes used to do years back.
There's still enough people making loud noise that they want to go back to the traditional days of console exclusivity.
Console with no PC period, right?
Exactly. That shit will never ever happen.
That shit will never happen. And they still with that energy, still.
And I don't think I'll say this. I don't think all of their games are going to be exclusive either. I think they're going to still put them on PlayStation.
Yep.
People getting all excited about what she said, but they're not reading what she said. She didn't promise anything one way or the other.
Nope.
She gave a bunch of hubbub.
They're gonna do something. They can't stay status quo. They're gonna have to be creative. We know that they want to make money. We know that they're not selling enough consoles. And that's why I said they won't ever catch up to PlayStation until they want to bleed a little bit. PlayStation has shown that they're willing to bleed to be number one in console sales. Xbox wants everybody to just move along. Xbox just wants Xbox would love nothing more than if PlayStation would just get an app and let's just all have one console and everybody can just exist. Or not even one console. Let's just have an open platform where we can have an even playing field. But PlayStation has no existence. I mean, no what's the word? Incentive to do that. So
let me.
With anybody saying that they're gonna get rid of PC, that's just dumb.
Yeah,
because if you listen to Phil Spencer, never lied. Y'all might not have liked his strategy, but he never lied. When he says that console is not growing, it really is not growing. When he says that growth is on PC and mobile, that's where the growth is. They don't lie. They have numbers to substantiate what they say. So
shrinking.
If console is shrinking or stagnant, whatever you want to say,
mobile growing.
I don't think it's stagnant anymore. It's shrinking because they can't even match PS4. They're still 20 million.
Well,
you think they're going to sell 20 million consoles for? I know. And how many Xbox 360s we sold? Are they sold?
81.
They ain't getting anywhere close to that.
No, and PlayStation's not getting it's not getting close to 160.
No.
Nope.
They're not even going to match PS4. They're not selling 20 million consoles with GTA 6. It ain't happening.
No.
Not with those prices.
No.
And GTA probably putting their game for $100.
You know the crazy thing is, people bought a PlayStation 5 just because they released it. Mm-hmm. Same reason like people bought Xboxes, but people bought a PlayStation 5 just because they released it. They bought a PlayStation 5 to boot up Grand Theft Auto 5 all over again.
You just reminded me something I heard on the radio today, Kieran. So what? Well, hold on. What Realist said reminded me something that I heard on the sports radio today. Kieran was that one of the afternoon guys was talking, on the sports channel. They were talking, hey, this next segment we're going to talk about video games. And so one of the guys was talking about how he's going to get the next the college football game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that he only plays, that's all he plays. And I was waiting to see which console he got, right?
And obviously it's PlayStation.
And he went along and kept saying, about the Madden and college football, until he said it. It's the only reason why I buy a PlayStation, because of that one game.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
For nothing else. It's just for that college football game.
And that's a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. That's all they know. They don't even realize that there's an option, not that they would choose it anyway, because they're so simplified on it. That's all they know anyway. So it didn't even matter if they were to find out. Right? They'd be like, whatever.
If you're worried that Xbox is going to stop making hardware, well, I got news for you. You should be worried if PlayStation stops making games.
Yep. That's more likely to happen than Xbox make
because they don't make that much money on them.
Yep.
They make all their money on everybody else's games.
Yep.
I mean, that's a fact. You can't sell, like, they didn't make much money on Spider-Man 2. That leak came out and thanks to, the cost of making it and Disney wanting their pound of flesh which ended up being like 3 pounds of flesh. I mean, you could say you can say exclusives still matter, Gogo, but if that's the case, why isn't any game selling 90 or 83 million?
Exclusives don't matter in the manner that people are talking about. Those
maybe at launch, launch it matters.
Well, listen. However you want to nitpick it, right? But in the end, exclusives do not matter in the way you're thinking and talking about in any traditional way. It doesn't have that weight, that impact on any platform, not even fucking Nintendo.
I want to play Fortnite on
it. Let me finish what I'm saying, and I'll substantiate my claim even about Nintendo. What I'm saying is, even with Nintendo, they come out with Star Fox, a week later it's forgotten. They come out with Metroid, a week later it's forgotten. Does it continue to sell in the background or whatever? Sure, fine. But it's not like
reduce price.
But they don't reduce prices on their games. Nintendo does not do that on their first party shit.
Well, they did this winter, but not on the new ones. You're right. You're right.
But they never did. They didn't do that last generation. Okay. So what I'm saying is, like, they just see, there's a new this, there's a new that, but it's not like, Nintendo was all exclusive just because of the nature of it, but not in the way what we used to talk about PlayStation, Xbox, and everything else. That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore. Period. Exclusive don't work the way they used to. So those are who's pining for those days. No, number one, get off that train because it done broke down ages ago. The track done broke. Okay,
the green line
and John Henry or whoever the fuck used to on the railroad all the live. He dead. Remember, after he beat the machine, he properly died. Okay, it's done. Okay.
What game does a PlayStation fanboy going to tell me that their main reason why they're buying a PS6?
It doesn't matter because they don't buy the game either. They just buy.
That's what I'm saying. But you can't even tell me what game they're going to come out around the PS6.
They don't. But
Astrobot
Xbox
2.
X-Men.
X-Men.
Okay, maybe
they rock X-Men. They rock Xbox. Rocks Xbox because more of them are true gamers than any other platform. To be honest. They buy more games than this documents it. Xbox gamers are just gamers. They're not about the exclusives either. Then they have a couple that represents their platform of choice, yes. But they were buying the platform one way or another anyway, because sometimes they buy Xbox before they're even announced, knowing they're going to happen eventually. Same with Nintendo. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't even matter with Nintendo. There's a bunch of big exclusives on Nintendo that haven't been announced yet, but we know they're going to happen eventually. So the system know it's going to happen.
I mean, if people want to put faith in Asha, fine. You're gonna get your heart broken. I mean, at best scenario, if you're part of the exclusive crowd, maybe they go back and say Halo and Gears stays on the platform and not go to PlayStation. But here's the problem that I have with that. They're about to release a remaster of Halo off of PlayStation. They're not going to take it. I mean, E-Day is going to come to PlayStation.
You think so? That's the one I don't know.
I think so. I think so. And then if not, the other game is Fable. They're not taking it off of PlayStation.
No. Fable's coming to PlayStation. Yeah,
right.
E-Day, I think not because they tried with the other one and that's the litmus test. Because that's usually what they do.
That will be the first litmus test. I agree. E-Day will be the first litmus test.
And it failed. And that litmus test failed. No. The previous one, the remaster of one, Reloaded, right? It failed. That's what they usually do. They put out the litmus test, and if it does well, they use the profit from that even to fund it in the first place, and then they continue on. And it didn't work.
But that was before Asha, though.
But even then, they lessons still learned.
No, I know, but I still put it before Phil,
doesn't change
after Phil. Right.
Listen, that line doesn't work for everything, and this is one of those examples where it doesn't. That's what you just said, right? So you, in theory, agree with me. So
right,
don't even argue against it. It just.
But I do agree that the next litmus test is E-Day.
E-Day is the next litmus test, but that's not coming to PlayStation because of the previous litmus test, which defines the current thing. It's not a litmus test; it's already been tested, and it failed.
But would you put? But let me ask you a question: would you put money on that?
Would I put money on that? No.
Would you
because
put?
Because you know why? Because you know why?
Because you don't know. We don't know.
Well, no, we don't know. But what I'm saying, it's stupid to put money on it. That's not. Listen.
I figure me and you wouldn't put money on it. I wouldn't put money on it. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
If I believe in something, I just say it one way or another. If you agree with me, you don't. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general.
I'm just saying I wouldn't bet the farm on it. With the history, I wouldn't bet the farm on it.
I wouldn't bet the farm on nothing. That's just I'm too pragmatic for that. But I'm just saying, right? The test of the wars is always you take an old franchise, you remaster, remake it, or whatever, right? You usually remaster because that's cheaper. Just do a litmus test if you should bring the franchise back or do a new iteration or whatever the fuck.
How much did they sell on the remaster? Do you know?
On PlayStation, it didn't do well. On Xbox, it did better, but
it did a mill
already anyway. A mill?
Yeah.
The way I'm hearing them talk, I don't have actual numbers. The way I hear them talk, it may not even have done that.
It's like Gears of War Reloaded.
Okay. On PlayStation, I mean. On Xbox, I'm sure it did just fine. But on PlayStation, it probably even do that the way they talk. But I do not know one way or another. I'd be surprised to hear that they even did that, right? Which to me would
Reloaded
say,
has sold approximately 259,000 copies on PlayStation.
Look at that. That's barely a quarter.
Representing a modest portion of his player base.
So you really expect them to spend the time and energy to put E-Day on PlayStation when they could
look. I was hoping that. I was hoping that.
That's what I'm saying.
I was hoping they get 5 million, so you could have 5 million. No, here's the reason why. Because I want the 5 million to go on that online play, and all 5 million get their asses kicked by the Mexicans. That's all I'm gonna say.
Remember when that happened? We had a game we could play together and a game we can compete against. It was Helldivers was co-op, right? And Gears was competitive, and they both came out the same day or around that time period. Although I think it was the same day. I said that every time it was discussed on any platform.
The Mexicans
I was on
rule that game, man.
Right? And it didn't happen. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's true. Mexicans love that game. They really
Mexicans rule that game.
Really love the Gears.
If you see that Mexican flag on your team plenty of times, you know you're gonna be a-okay. But if it's Mexico versus stars and bars, it's a long day for you, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, this was never gonna be a thing like that. Because it just didn't, and to ever have thought this,
Stars and Stripes.
Kieran, you lost a couple of points with me.
I said
Kieran, you lost some points with me. I'm gonna tell you straight, bro. You lost some points with me thinking that somehow was gonna sell even 1 million. Really, you really thought that? You really
I didn't know, dude. I look. Bro. As far as my compass right now with gaming, it's out of whack, anyways. I'm not commenting as much on certain things on the stuff that matters. I'm more focused on Xbox, to be honest with you, or PC, because I have no interest in PlayStation anymore. If they're telling me that they're not even going to put their games on PC, then they don't have.
All right, then you don't want my money. Fuck them. I don't care.
That's my point. Like, if you want my money, I'm not gonna. I've said it the other day. I have owned and bought every PlayStation since the original. I have a PS5.
Oh,
bought it for my oldest son.
Wow, I don't have a PS5.
Bought it for my oldest son.
I wanted one for
he brought it over the other day. I was like, "You gonna leave it?" No, because he bought Soros, and I was like, "How's that game?" And he's like, "Eh." He's kind of on the fence.
Oh yeah, there's another one. Everybody already forgot about Soros.
Right, and so I was watching him play that, but yeah, every single one. Like, I can't even say that I've never owned the original Xbox. So I have owned every single generation of PlayStation. I will not buy PS6.
Sorry.
I will not buy unless my youngest son automatically gets hooked on PlayStation. But there is no reason for him to get hooked on PlayStation.
Listen, if everything was normal, PS5 would have been $299 by now, and therefore I would have had one. Right?
Tech, you want to know? You want to know what the happiest day Xbox will be? You know what the happiest day when Xbox will be?
Speak on it.
When Gen X dies off and half of the millennials are gone, because I'm saying Xbox will be happy because here's the reason why.
But I'll be dead. Fuck you.
okay, but here's the reason why. What Realist said. If they want to just put it all on an app and everybody be kumbaya and play their games, that'll be the day. Because when Gen X is gone, and half of the millennials are gone, and it's not going to matter anymore, because my kid, my 9-year-old or soon to be 10-year-old, isn't running to me and saying, "I want the next PlayStation." It's the first. It's the first person. It's the first generation. He ain't getting that. It's the first. It's the first. No, but he's so hooked on Roblox, or he'll play like he loves. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. You're gonna be proud of me. You're gonna be proud of me. Sick. Halo is now his favorite.
Yeah,
game.
you told me. Yeah,
he loves Halo, man.
Forza 6 now.
So we've been playing Master Chief Collection from the we just finished. Well, I had somebody tell me, "Well, it's too late, man. He's 10. He's starting." I'm like, dude, he understands the story better now than he did when he was 4. Anyways, so we finished Reach. We're now in the middle of Combat Evolved.
Nice.
So we're going in order.
Chronological order.
Mm-hmm. Storyline, yeah.
Yeah, storyline.
So he's like, Halo's my favorite game now, Dad. I gotta tell you, man, I love this because he loves the gunplay. Don't get me wrong, but he also loves to beat the hell out of the aliens after kill. I'm like, son, let's go. He's dead. Let's go.
The melee. He's
I could take his mask off. Cool. And I'm like, come on, son, he's dead. Let's go. You psycho. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Hey, 9-year-olds, man, we were all psychos back then. Let's not pretend.
So
You
now,
just
so
money,
he's
huh?
he's loving it, but he's not telling me I want the next PlayStation. When I was his age, I wanted the next PlayStation.
Yeah.
When my 24-year-old was that age, I want the next PlayStation. It's changed. And the only thing that's propping this console thing up is just Xers and half of the millennials. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And to Realis's point, when Realist was putting this vision of just have an app and everybody play it, everybody play the games across the board, that's probably what's going to end up happening once we're long dead and gone, and Xbox will be happy about it. So, and yes, you'll be dead sick, but you won't care after that. So,
well, fuck you. I'll be dead and call for my death. And Tex too. He's older than me. He should care.
I'm older, man. God,
I'm just saying.
Let's talking about my deathbed already. All right, man. Let's close it up. Let's close it up. Let's get on out of here. I got some Invincible to play and finish.
Oh, the fighting game?
No, it's a PlayStation game. It's a story, like a graphic novel story game. So it's pretty.
Have you watched the show?
He's playing that volley. He's playing the graphic novels that we were talking about last show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was one with the buns and everything else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, this is a space game exploration where something bad happened. There's metal life, like things are metal.
It's not the TV series,
but it's life. You know, it's alive.
Congratulations on beating Outer Worlds 2, by the way.
Oh yeah, thumbs up, bro.
Yay! So that's why I'm trying to beat this one, because this is only a short game, like the Invincible. And then once I beat this one on the PlayStation, I have Silent Hill 2 left to play, and that's all I have left for PlayStation, and I'm interested in until Wolverine.
Hey, sick. You wanna? Yeah, I'm 50% done with the achievements on Crimson Desert now.
Oh my god!
What chapter are you in?
I'm chapter 11.
You haven't beat it yet. You're in chapter 11.
I haven't beaten that yet. No. I haven't beaten, so I haven't finished all the storyline achievements. I'm still working on the challenges.
Oh, real quick, let's talk about Horizon just real quick. Yes. Oh my god. Horizon. Oh my fucking god.
Oh, the game?
Talk about what?
Forza Horizon 6.
What about it?
Ooh,
it's a car game.
Motherfucker.
He likes it.
Like 5 minutes.
Motherfucker.
I haven't touched it yet. I haven't even played it yet.
If you haven't touched it, I understand, because I get it. Real life and your dad, but oh my god, I put a couple hours. Ooh boy. Ooh.
I want to touch it, but I want to get done with Crimson Desert first, because I know once I touch it, I'm going to be stuck in that damn game.
And you're right.
Does it have the corny thing where you're at a festival? Welcome to Tokyo Festival.
Yeah. But bro, fucking oh my god.
That's like being in a jail cell in a Bethesda Elder Scrolls game. I mean, that's what it has to be, Tech. Yeah, that's what it has to be. And then there has to be a festival. Why would you want to take the festival away, Tech?
I don't know.
What a party pooper, man.
Right now. He's a party pooper. That's what it is. He's a party pooper.
You're gonna. I mean, when they come out with the new Elder Scrolls, we're going to be in a jail cell again. You know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be in jail.
That's what always happens.
It always happens.
I never liked it.
Oh well, I just wanted to say that. That's all.
I'm good to hear that.
Awesome. And Undisputed is coming to Game Pass, and Beast of Truth was right.
Look,
if they're gonna put the Game Pass now,
we'll never have another fight night like we had before, man.
It should have been on Game Pass from the beginning, just to help support that game.
I think
that's what should have happened.
I think
that's what should have happened. He was right about that
game too.
Well, of course, but I mean, it's coming to Game Pass now, so there you have it.
No, I'm talking about Fight Night. I believe it's still open.
Oh yeah,
that's PC, right?
Man, my thumbs were killing me with Fight Night, man.
It's on console as well.
Who'd you play?
Game Pass?
Yeah, it's coming on. The Game
Pass
version.
I saw PC Ultimate. That's why I'm asking.
Right. Well, I know it's on PC as well, but is it Play Anywhere? I think it's Play Anywhere. Hold on.
Play these.
Let me just look on this.
No, it is crossplay though, because I know they were talking about
crossplay. On this, no, here it is right here. It's Play Anywhere. No, it's both. It's dual entitlement, but not Play Anywhere. So you get the PC and Xbox version. There's crossplay.
What the heck does that mean?
It's not, okay, you get the PC version. You get the Xbox version. They're crossplay and all of that, but there's different progression. If you play on Xbox,
so the save doesn't cross over.
Right, the save doesn't cross over.
So no cross save, cross progression.
Right.
We'll say that.
There's a couple of games that are like that with Play Anywhere, where it's not Play Anywhere, but you get both versions. And it's cloud too.
You know what? I wanted to say something, man.
I'm not going to support that.
I want to ask you, Kieran. So did you get Final Fantasy
14?
No, I will though, because I'm continuing my achievement hunt. I got to play 0
I bought
next.
16. Oh, I bought 16, by the way. I bought
I gotta play 0.
Look,
but
man, I don't want to
it.
hear that you bought it. I want to hear that you played it. Okay. It deserves to be played.
Okay.
That's your Project Wingman. I get it. I understand.
I will be playing all of them. That's the goal.
It was all right.
I reckon.
Well, no. See, I was talking to Sick. Right.
That's your Project
Wingman. Now Tech is trying to mess with me right now, which is cool. I mean, ignore that. Right.
I mean, I played
so
it.
Look,
I finished it, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm the only one who hasn't. I'm the only one here who hasn't.
So,
I get it.
Look,
so
I never said it had the greatest gameplay in the world. I said it had a great story. Right now, you just yanking my crank. You already said you liked it. So did you lie? See,
me?
you
Now
talking about 16?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah. Okay.
I only wanted to say, man, I've just been picking up random stuff. But I think the game that I played the most this week was Steam World Dig.
Yes, I've noticed that.
Steam World Dig, bro. Like, I don't know how I got stuck in it.
You play random
Well,
ass shit. Like random ass shit. Like I play random shit, but you play random ass shit.
Look,
and I'm not saying it's ass, because that's a popular game.
This is what happens. You know,
we didn't get the Helldivers back.
They have these games and they're $2, they're like $3, they're like two for $2, and then you say, man, let me. And then a lot of them are only like 500 megs, so you're on a handheld.
That's a
you're gonna have a lot of those.
Boot it up one day,
man.
Yeah.
The $5
So
box.
I will say this, Sick. I have, because the showcase is this Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Normally, you know how I tell you I have a specific criteria if I will grade it an A or a B.
Mm-hmm.
I have figured out the number is 5. Okay?
5 what? 5
if I count 5 games on this Xbox showcase, assuming that there's a lot of third party along with their first.
Mm-hmm.
If I count 5 games that are not Play Anywhere, it cannot make an A with me. I want all the games they show to be Play
Anywhere. I'll put it like this. I have a similar rule.
Okay.
All the games that I give a fuck about that I want, the majority of them have to be Play Anywhere. If some are just Xbox and not Play Anywhere, and I still want the game that much, that I now have to plug in my Xbox, but I'm gonna have to because of GTA. So
I mean, I'll get it, but I ain't gonna like it.
Right, I'm gonna get it and not like it, and therefore, if that happens, and it's not an A for me either, I'll agree to that.
Yeah, because as much as the logos have been talked about, my opinion is if there is one thing that I want Xbox to sell, it's Play Anywhere on that showcase. I want to say
that's exclusive to Xbox.
I want them to say Play Anywhere and flash it across the screen after every single game they throw on there, and you will get a solid A from me.
All the first party obviously is, but that's by default.
First party obviously, but I'm talking about third party because
that's already
the success of the program is going to depend on third party.
Yeah, but they've been adding a lot of third party shit randomly, like just been converted to Play Anywhere out of nowhere.
That's fine, Batman
Arkham out of nowhere did that. A lot of games are doing that. Stalker did that.
Yeah,
a lot of games just do that randomly nowadays, which I love. But
yes, but
I wish it's
coming out.
I don't want to have to buy it twice, but I'll probably end up.
I want to see that Play Anywhere everywhere.
Yeah, I wish Ace Combat was Play Anywhere. I would have bought it there.
All right,
but I buy it Steam.
All right. That's it. That's all.
All right, then. We'll see you guys on Sunday. I don't know. We'll put something together. We'll figure it out. Just follow us on Twitter, and we'll let you know.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Adios. Bye. See you later.
Later, nerds.
Bye.